This is Air Tiki 921 crew member Lisa Brightwell. As this is a shoeless flight to a barefoot destination, the crew will move through the aisles to collect all remaining footwear for immediate and permanent disposal. Thank you for your cooperation and for listening.
Arrived at your destination. Welcome to paradise. This is the Tiki Man, and it is time for the show. Sit back and relax, have some fun with us, jump in the YouTube chat, and be a part of the show. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com. Your happy place, baby. Rise and shine, everybody. Another gorgeous, beautiful day is here. Let's get this day started off right, shall we? Here we go.
Now, friends, let me tell you about this guy that I once met. Smooth talker with an export cigarette. I don't believe I ever saw him without a cocktail in his hand. No one swings his horn to the big band, voodoo band. Yeah! I don't believe I ever saw him without a kitten on his hand. And no one swings his horn to the big band voodoo band. Hey, Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Hey, Mr. Heidi, Heidi, ho. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know what's doing to choose. Hey, Mr. Always on the go. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rise and shine, everybody. Another gorgeous, beautiful day is here. The chocolate bar is open for business. I got the beautiful hippie chick right by my side.
Good morning, everybody.
How you doing?
Fantastic.
Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, buddy.
Had your donut?
I had half a donut, and my stomach is questioning that.
I understand.
Yeah.
B-Dog in the house?
Howdy.
Howdy. Uncle Alex is behind the bar, and we are back from Panama City with stories to tell, as they say,
Yep.
as we turn our attention to Costa Rica. And the big trip coming up, and of course, we'll get you caught up on everything going on around here. We got a brand new sponsor we're going to be talking about, and we got the Almanac. We've got the JBL Legend Travel Moment. All right, you ready? Here we go, here we go, here we go!
Hey, Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Hey, Mr. Heidi, Heidi, ho. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. What's doing to choose? Hey, Mr. Always on the go. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Well, I know you got the answers. Yeah, we all wanna know.
Woo-wee. Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your coastal Americana radio station, coming to you live from the Chocolate Bar Studios in beautiful Harrison Bay, to the backyard in Valley Center, Kansas, and to all of our friends up in Canada, the Rockin' Woods Tiki Bar, where Verona Corona is back in Canada.
Yes, she is.
And I understand that the snow is all gone because Verona Corona is home.
That's right. That's right.
It sounds like a song. It sounds like a lyric in a song. doesn't it?
Yeah. Time to plant flowers.
Verona Corona is home, so the snow is gone. There we go. So good morning to everybody up in Canada at the Rockin' Woods Tiki Bar. And, of course, our producer, Monica, who is always listening. Vacuum cleaner, Tom, who is always working. And, of course, Tinkerbell and everybody up in Canada. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing fabulous. The BAR in Memphis, Tennessee, home of the Bodyguard and Ambassador Retreat. That, of course, is the ambassador of all great things, Michelle Myers, and who, has the call for free rum. Y'all come get your free rum!
She calls and they will come.
The stampede came over to the tasting table. And,
That's funny.
Yeah, did a great job. And thank you so much for Tim and the bodyguard and everybody that was down there. You know, of course, the...
the bodyguard left his suitcase.
Yeah, the bodyguard left his suitcase. So luckily we had some T-shirts, and we were able to give him a couple of shirts. And
we got him outfitted correctly.
He roughed it and he made it because he is the bodyguard.
Yeah. At some point, I even remember seeing his underwear that he got. He got some flashy underwear from the Walmart. Yeah. I like this new underwear. Y'all look at it.
Yeah.
Those are nice. I like that. That's pretty good. Yeah. But
I was expecting to see a pink thong. But what I
wasn't real sure.
I wasn't really sure either. But he flashed us. Okay, they were nice, nice flashy new underwear. Yeah.
Whew, yeah, that's life
funny.
on the road with Tiki Man Radio. You never know what's going to happen, that's for sure. And of course, all of the volunteers, B-Dog and Lou and Patty, Shy Patty was down there, and Mo and her lovely sister Ann was there. And
Yes.
Who else did we have?
The Golden Girl.
Golden Girl. Yeah, the Golden Girl was there, of course. How could I forget her? I had to ride in the truck with her for 24 hours.
And me and the Golden Girl would not shut up. We were
No.
like, "Come on, Daddy, can we go and stop at the Gator stop?
No,
can
we're
we
not
stop? We
stopping.
gotta go pee."
No, don't make me pull this truck over. You know,
Oh, we had fun.
we leave Panama City. I'm like, y'all better pee because we ain't stopping for 100 miles.
It was funny. We'd be in the middle of talking, and then all of a sudden he'd turn the radio up real loud, and I'm like, "Well, I guess that was the end of that."
Yeah, that was the end of that conversation. Why don't y'all go to sleep, all right? And then, of course, we get into Chattanooga and the traffic, right?
Oh my gosh.
They had everything on 75 down to 2 lanes.
Oh my gosh.
So it started with us way back coming around the ridge cut.
Yeah, we got to Chattanooga about like 4:20.
Yeah.
And we didn't get home till like 7. That's
Yeah.
how bad the
And
traffic
I knew this was going to happen because, we're going down through there, and I'm like, I don't remember this. And she had us routed through Alabama. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I would say
I messed up.
Yeah, our GPS brought us back in through down around Atlanta.
Yeah.
I
I'd
messed up
rather.
and did the wrong route back. But I mean, you can go either way, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but you bypass the ridge cut if you come through
you do
Atlanta.
bypass the ridge cut if
Yeah.
you come through it.
Yeah, because ours jumped us off on Ringgold and then brought us in the back way in Ottawa
Yeah.
to avoid all that, which was nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
But we'll get caught up on all that and all the volunteers and everybody that helped out. It was a great event, and we'll talk more about that. Let's see here. Speaking of the Golden Girl, the Beers and Bones Patio in Harrison Bay, Tennessee, home of the crazy Golden Girl herself, and the man with the cornbread who owes me a lot.
And 2 bionic knees now. He has 2
Yeah.
bionic knees
Yes.
Yes, he's all laid up right now with his 2 bionic knees. He just
now. Well,
had
he had
knee
one
surgery.
knee before, and then now he's got another bionic.
Yeah, and so now he's had his knee surgery, so he's all laid up right now. But
He's well on his way to becoming the $6 million man.
I got back and we just hugged each other, and he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry." I'm like, "You are sorry. You are sorry, man." Because not only did I had to ride with him, put up with him, live with him, but then you had to spend 2.5 hours in traffic in Chattanooga to get home. That's worse. You're just like almost there. But anyway, good morning to you guys. The cabin up north, the Brap Shack in Deer Lodge in Old Forge, New York. Good morning to you guys. I hope you're doing fabulous.
Good morning.
Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina, the Jinx Creek Retreat. That, of course, is Mo.
And the mystery man.
And the mystery man. Mo was down there and had a great time with us, always helping out and doing things. And thank you so much for the card that you sent in the mail. You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. It was
It's so sweet.
nice surprise. The Treetop Flowers Patio and Tiki Bar located over in Queen City, North Carolina, home of Marty and Angela Gentry. Good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing wonderful. Rick and Pat's Backyard Oasis in Williamsport, Maryland, home of Shy Patty. And Rick, the one-eyed bandit himself, has got his show coming up this afternoon at 5 o'clock. The northern headquarters of Tiki Man Radio, that is the Paradise Way Tiki Bar up in Indiana, home of Ed the Train Man and his beautiful wife Pat, and all the conductors up there with their show on Monday. And, of course, we'll be talking about their new sponsor on the show here shortly. The Beachy Shell Hideaway in beautiful Key West, that is B-Man and Michelle. That's where we hang our hat when we are in Key West. And, of course, that's where B-Man and Michelle have their studio and their show on Friday night. The Pondfront Patio in Ottawa, home of B-Dog and Lou. That's where they have the Legend Studio right there in Ottawa, Tennessee. Let's see here. The Comeback Tiki out up in Minnesota, where you'll find the best mimosas on Sunday morning.
You betcha.
Shelley Forsythe and the crew. Let's see here. I had to move some things around yesterday, and I think I may have screwed up a little bit here, but I noticed, I was going to fix our opening video and our closing video, but the power went out.
The power did go out for hours yesterday.
Yeah. The Southwest Florida Daddy-O Patio of the Seaside She Shed.
All right.
That is Beth Travers and Dave Sons, Tropical Dave, and the rock star Beth Travers herself.
With the bigger boat band.
The bigger boat band made
That was
their
really great.
Yeah, their debut down there. Had a great time. And it was nice hanging out with her and everybody down there, really. The Comeback Tiki out up in Minnesota. Yeah, we've already done that one. Yeah. The Z&G Patio in Memphis, Tennessee, home of Z&G. Good morning to David and Gina. Happy Sunday to you. The Tiki Balcony over in Sweden. Good afternoon to the Swedes. And JoJo's Northeast Sea Check in Medford, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston. You are listening to Tiki Man Radio. I am the Tiki Man. We got the Hippie Check and B-Dog and Uncle Alex behind the bar, behind the world-famous chocolate bar. And you can download a free app, or you can come over to the YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and hit the like button. That helps us out tremendously. It looks like about half of you have already done that. Please go ahead and hit that. That makes us that helps us out. I can't tell you, it's one of the analytic things that we get from YouTube, and the like button is it's like working for a boss now, right? You know, you get this report like, well, you could have done a lot better. you could have done a lot better. You really need to encourage your listeners to hit the like button. I'm like, I don't know how much more I can do it. But anyway, please hit the like button so I can get the boss off of me. Let's take care of our 10 o'clock sponsors right quick, and then we'll get to some shout-outs. Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man is streaming live on the Camys Grammy Live Cam. Camys Grammy is the official sign company of Tiki Man Radio. If you're looking for a special sign for your event, your tiki bar, or just your backyard, or maybe you just want a flamingo in your backyard, reach out to Camys Grammy. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the banner for Camys Grammy. Camys Grammy Live Cam, the official live cam of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. Reif Rum is made with a sweet and smoky for the wise and the rebel. It's a rum that was created by and for everyone tired of the same old thing. For both the professional bohemians and the actual connoisseurs of good rum. It's for people who want to get out of their comfort zone. Unleash the rebel inside of you with Reif Rum. Sweet and smoky for the wise. Reif Rum, the official rum of Tiki Man Radio. Tiki Man Radio is proud to have Lake Winnie as its sponsor for Jukebox Saturday and the weekly Almanac with Tiki Jane. Lake Winnipesaukee opened in 1925 and is Chattanooga's oldest amusement park, celebrating its 100th year. Since the park opened, it's expanded enormously, including the Soka Water Park and many other thrilling attractions, with rides and attractions for the entire family. Lake Winnipesaukee is recognized as one of America's top 10 family amusement parks of all ages. It's time to get you happy on with Lake Winnie and Tiki Man Radio. The park is now open for the 2025 season. Keep listening to Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, and visit Lake Winnie and get your happy on. You know, the biggest party of the year is the Tiki Bar Summer Party, and this year it's going to be on July the 12th, 2025, with musical guest Mark Mulch and his band from Nashville, with special appearance by Sam Rainwater and others to be determined. That's the 18th Tiki Bar Summer Party, July the 12th, 2025. Come on out and have a birthday bash with me. I'm not going to live forever, you know. Bring a plate, bring some beer, bring the Reif Rum, and have some fun. Right here at the old Tiki Bar in Harrison Bay.
Looking to buy or sell in Northwest Indiana? You better call Becky, 219-779-7215, or visit bettercallbeckyrealestate.com.
Yeah, there you go. Better Call Becky, and that is the new sponsor for
Ed the Train Man.
Ed the Train Man on Monday nights. You know, they're quickly becoming the real estate connection. Whether you want to, you want to get some commercial real estate down on the Space Coast with Nicole Reed, or you want to move to Indiana, you can reach out to Better Call Becky. So, and I think it's so cool to have somebody that to incorporate radio with somebody who loves Better Call Saul as much as I do, and we get to share that with the radio. So that's kind of cool. So, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Who we got out there today, Hippie Chick?
All right. We got, let's see, let me put my glasses back on. We got Rick Martinez, your brother from another mother.
Good morning to
He
you.
says, May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
And don't forget to open up that 5th of rum.
That's pretty clever, yeah.
That was clever. And then we've got Z&G out there with William Franklin.
Yeah, good morning, William
grandson.
Franklin. A happy Sunday to you.
And big show on the big screen. And then we got Verona Corona. She says, hola.
Hola.
Good morning. And then we got Michelle Myers is out there. She's saying good morning.
Good morning.
So that's Michelle and Tim, the ambassador and bodyguard.
I know she's ready to go to Costa Rica. She's already packing.
Yep. They are. I know. I heard from Larice yesterday, and she says I'm already packing, and I'm like, what? We got a whole nother week and 2 days.
Yeah, we don't pack.
We don't pack until the night before. Always.
You got to make sure you have everything now.
Yeah, you have to, and then we have to go through a whole nother week of laundry, right?
Well, you can pack a week ahead of time and then leave your suitcase at home. Okay.
This is a true story. Ask
That's the bodyguard.
That's the bodyguard, you know.
That's right.
All right. And then we've got Angela and Marty Gentry out there.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Happy Sunday to you. And they're going to be in Costa Rica.
They are. And then we got Manny Rico is saying hello.
Rico Suave.
Good morning to you,
morning.
sir. Happy Sunday.
Good morning. And then we've got Jason Whittlers out there saying good morning.
Good morning.
Suzanne Govin saying happy Sunday morning sunshine.
Good morning to you, sweetheart.
Now let's see who else we got here. We got Ada Longo.
Good morning.
And we've got Bahama Brad is out there with Axie and Ellie Faye.
Good morning. Let's
Good
see
morning,
here.
darling.
We got to do her. Here we go.
Tiki Man Radio.
That's right.
Oh, there she is. Little
There
star.
she is. There you go.
Cutest shout out ever.
I know. Cutest ever. And we've got Dan and Rachel Ware out there.
Good morning.
you guys.
Morning.
We got Donna and Bob Cummings.
Hey, guys.
Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. Man,
morning.
you guys would have enjoyed Panama City so much.
They really would have.
Yeah.
You know, the snow was calling them still, you know.
Oh. Let it go, man. Let it go.
Yeah, you know, people who like to ski and snow sled and all that jazz, you know.
Well, the snow's gone, so he said Wednesday night you got to come up with something else than the bobsled, because now the snow's gone.
Yeah.
Snow's gone.
So I think we're going to say like surfboard Bob.
Surfboard Bob.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Or boogie board Bob.
Surfboard Bob, yeah.
We've got Kevin and Angel Phelps out there.
Good morning, guys.
And thank you so much for your help with the, you guys and Uncle Alex for y'all's help with the pool liner.
Yeah, so the pool is full of free water.
Oh yeah. So Danny wanted to get that pool liner in on Easter. That's what we did on Easter after we went to see Mama and his mama, and he was like, let's just get this knocked out. And I'm like, okay. And I'm glad. You know, Danny doesn't like to, ask for help for anything. He didn't want to bother anybody.
I don't want to bother anybody on Easter weekend.
Easter.
But,
so
if
then
Alex is in town,
So
then
I said to Alex,
he's going to let everybody know what's going on.
I said, Alex, you are welcome to come over and have a beer, but we're going to be working on, the pool liner, changing the pool liner. And the next thing I know, here comes a whole team of people,
Yep.
and we all got it done. And aren't you happy that happened?
I am very happy that it happened.
There you go.
I just do not like to bother people. Thank you. I did say thank you. I said thank you to everybody, and
Thank you.
It's the pool is man. We've done a lot. We've replaced the sand and the sound filter. We replaced the liner in the pool. And I knew the spring rain was coming.
And so it filled it up, and now it's going over the top.
Trying to save $1. I wanted to.
Yeah, the rain filled the pool up.
Yeah. So, and it looks beautiful.
It does.
So thank
It
you
looks
to Kevin and Angel and Uncle Alex for,
They did.
and it says a lot about Uncle Alex, right? Because He's been around here for 25 years, and that was the first time he's been involved with the pool. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, normally, if you think about it, normally he was still in Florida at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has so he would go back and forth.
I didn't get the message we would be here for the working party. So
Well, it
I
wasn't.
apologize.
But he didn't put out a message. It's okay. He didn't put out a message.
Work a hippie chick to death.
Poor girl.
He was going to work me to death, and I'm like, this always takes more than two people, babe.
Be careful. She's fragile.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty tough, but I am small, so I can't lift
We've
heavy.
done it before. We
have done it before by ourselves, and that was not a pleasant experience.
But anyway,
moving
right along.
Thank you to everyone.
Yes.
And then we got Rick Eber out there.
Good morning, Rick.
And we've got Barry D's out there.
Hey, Barry.
Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning to all. Let's go up to the next one. And we've got Graham Andrews and Nicole are out there.
Yes.
He said good morning and welcome back.
Yeah. Happy Sunday.
And did I say Dan and Rachel Ware before? If I didn't, hello again, you guys.
Yes, you did. And I want to mention Nicole Reed. She is your Space Coast connection for your commercial real estate down in Florida.
That's right. And we've got Ed and Pat Contreras out there.
Good morning.
And we got the beautiful Sean Crawley actually at Patrick's house in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, good morning to the family. Happy Sunday to you and the beautiful Sean Crawley, who will be here for the summer party, I understand.
That's right. And we got Maureen Weehunt. Good morning, dear.
Good morning, Mo.
And so let's see who else is on this one, just to make sure. We got your beautiful daughter, Julie Lynn Carswell.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Dave McKinney. Good morning, Dave.
Yeah, well, good morning, Dave. Happy Sunday to you.
And then we've got, I think I covered everybody.
Well, you mentioned Julie. I want to mention my granddaughter, Maya, who is out there. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Maya. And I think that's it.
All right. Who we got out on YouTube there?
Okay, going down to the people I believe we have not mentioned yet. Got Debbie Haas is out there. Good morning.
Bill and Debbie Haas with the backyard in Valley Center, Kansas. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And let's see. Graham Andrews is out there.
Yes. Good morning to you.
Tinkerbell chiming in.
Good morning, Tinkerbell.
Good morning, Tinkerbell.
And let's see. I don't know if you mentioned Shy Patty, but Shy Patty is out there saying good morning.
Hello, Shy Patty. She had a great time.
The Golden Girl's out there saying that Golden is recovering.
Yes. Yes.
Nicole Reed is chiming in.
Yes, good morning to you.
And darling.
And Callie McCool, Mr. McCool himself.
Mr. McCool, I got your show this morning. Thank you so much for that. It's already loaded up and ready to go.
And I've been corrected also. Bob's new name is Boating Bob.
Boating Bob.
Oh, well.
Boating Bob.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
There you go. And that's all I have that we haven't mentioned already.
Let's see here. Nicole says I'm doing both cat skin fungus. What is that?
What?
Let's see. Let's see.
Cat skin fungus, and it's helping, and I'm eating and drinking it. And
okay. Yeah, I feel like we're in the middle of a conversation we haven't started yet.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see here. Thank you for the shout-outs. Yes, Patrick and the family and our producer, Monica. Yes. Everybody hit that like button. We got about 25 of you out there. We got 16 likes, so we can keep YouTube's analytic report off my butt, They're like, you can do better. I'm like, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. So, well, let's get this day started off right the island way with some positive vibes. We'll come back. I've got a video put together with some of the pictures down in Panama City I'm going to be playing. And no, I don't have the one of the ambassador sleeping. I did go through the videos though, and I do have video, so we might play that later. I gotta finish that, but I got my McGuffey Lane T-shirt on today, so we might as well start off with a little McGuffey Lane.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
I've been a rat race run along as I recall.
new friends, watching their problems disappear. This tie around my neck is simply choking off the air, but it serves to remind me just how little I care about my boss and his business. Man, I could use some fun, a frosty cold margarita and a place in the sun. I wanna be a bartender, far away from the race, spend my days on a beach in some tropical place. I wanna be a bartender, pouring whiskey and beer, serving all my new friends, watching their problems disappear. I found a way to be happy, I just passed life's biggest test. I packed my beach towel, baby, I'm heading to Key West. I'm a bartender, far away from the race. I spend my days on this beach in this tropical place. Now I'm a bartender, pouring whiskey and beer, serving all my new friends, watching their problems disappear. Steve, you want a shot of whiskey? Tequila for Kevin. Wanna be a bartender. Hey, drinks for everybody. Jerry, get us all some drinks, buddy. Bottoms up.
Kenton McCutch checking in from the California Delta, paddle boarding upriver, listening to Tiki Man Radio. What could possibly go wrong?
Chewing on some gummies, damn these things are yummy. Pass another honey, I feel my worries drifting away. Oh, they're drifting away. Chase it with the cold one, the band is sounding awesome, playing all the old songs that take my mind back to the day. All the good old flying neath the Milky Way with sand on my toes, pass a fatty to the moon, don't wanna smoke it alone. Tonight we're getting lit, brighter than the fireflies, and even the tide got high. I think I'm gonna need another margarita. Funny how they treat ya when they know your name at the bar and got the keys to your car. Let's take it up a level, roll me something special. My salty feet'll nestle, then find my way back in your arms by the light of the stars. Flying neath the Milky Way with sand on my toes, pass a fatty to the moon, don't wanna smoke it alone. Tonight we're getting lit, brighter than the fireflies, hell, even the tide got high. with sand on our toes. Pass a fatty to the moon, gonna get him real stoned. Yeah, tonight he's got the waves dancing like the fireflies. Flying in the Milky Way with sand on my toes. Pass a fatty to the moon, don't wanna smoke it alone. Yeah, tonight we're getting lit, brighter than the fireflies. And even the tide got high. Got
Coming to you live from the Tiki Bar in beautiful Harrison Bay, to your Tiki Bar. Tiki Man Radio is your soundtrack of summer.
The weather has got me smiling. The sun, it feels so warm. The sky is blue with some clouds in the distance, but they mean no harm. For all of the beauty that my eyes see, the best part about this picture is you're here with me. A sunset from the back porch swing, photo albums worn with age, a sigh or a laugh for each picture, fond memories page after page. For all of the romance and all of the fun, the best part about these pictures is you're in every one. Pictures to keep the past alive, memories of another place and time. This picture perfect day makes me just wanna say, I picture this a lifetime for you and I. Up of pictures in my mind. I can see you and me until the end of time. Just like a summer vacation somewhere on a tropical line. Pictures bring back the magic of the first time I saw you smile. For all of the memories and all of our dreams, here's the pictures and the joy they bring. Pictures to keep the past alive, memories of another place and time. This picture perfect day makes me just wanna say, I picture this a lifetime for you and I. Just picture this a lifetime for you and I.
That's right. It's all about the pictures, right? You know, and we took I don't know, there's 400 and something of them out there. And
Oh my gosh.
I don't know
That's
how many I was tagged in, people sent me and all that stuff, you know, but we had a great time. And the girl that sang that song, I Kissed a Girl, passed away.
Yes.
And it reminds me of a story you were having with Brooke Graham down there.
Yes. Yes. I was just telling B Dog that, and I won't embarrass Linda, but we played a little prank on her.
Linda's like, wait a minute, you just did.
And listen, Linda, if you're out there, if you are listening, honey, I love you, and you were such a good sport. And I love you, girls, and I love my new shirt. I almost wore it today, but it is the May the 4th be with you, so I had to wear my alien shirt, today. So I'll wear it next week.
And I apologize for my daughter, Linda. She called Lou this week.
Oh my gosh, yes, because Lou wanted a shirt and they didn't have the size.
Oh, I got
you. So Linda called Lou
to let her know that she does have a shirt in her size and that she could ship it and that sort of thing. Well, her name comes up on the caller ID as Lucky Linda.
Lucky Linda.
So she thought she was getting a prank phone call. So my daughter answered it in a very profound way and kind of caught Linda off guard. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Just say what it was.
Well, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but she answered the phone as the sperm bank.
Hi, this is the sperm bank.
Is this sperm bank? You spank it, we'll jar it, or something like that.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm like, funny. And Linda started laughing. She goes, "I'm looking for Lou."
I'm looking for Lou.
Well, that was a brand new tune we played earlier from Brooke Graham.
I love Brooke Graham.
Always a great time hanging out with Brooke Graham and the band, and everybody in Panama City had a great time. I mean, the weather was so perfect. Our tent has always, and as the years have gone along, has become a kind of like a everybody just hangs out, right? So the artists come over there, they sit there, people, friends, whatever, come by and say hi, which is what we encourage people to do, stop by and say hi. And but the way we had the new tent has a back to it, which has beautiful. It's a beautiful. I was so happy for the tent. I mean, let's give the tent a round of applause here, because.
The tent is the XKG 9000.
Yes, I got to give a shout out to Look Our Way, which is the ones who produces all of our tents for us, the ones down in Key West, the ones we have here, the ones we've used in the past, the one we used in Panama City. They do such a fantastic job with the logo and putting it all together. And but what it did with having that back, because used to we'd have to take banners down there and we'd have to get bungee cords and we'd have to and it just wasn't as professional as I wanted it to be. It did great for the past, but we got to be moving forward. But it created a nice breeze through that tent because it had that back on it.
Oh, it was so nice.
Yeah, so we never got hot, and years past, we would get so hot in that tent that our Wi-Fi, our remote Wi-Fi would get
melted.
Too hot. It would get hot and shut down.
Yes, it would.
And we have to take ice packs to put that on.
We didn't have to use the ice packs.
We didn't even have to use. We brought them, but we didn't have to use them.
We had all kinds of shade and a nice breeze.
Yeah, and when we set up what we call now the green room behind us, which is the other tent,
which is our previous.
It looks really small now.
Yeah,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, how did we fit all of us underneath that thing?
I know. So. And I brought some extra chairs. B-Dog and I, one morning, the Friday morning, I think it was, I'm like, let's get one of those, they got
big plastic sheets.
They have these big plastic sheets that they put all around the stage, right? And there was one underneath our trailer that Freeman Medley, and thank you, Freeman Medley, for taking care of us.
He is always
and I'm like, let's just get that one. It's not going to be used, and it worked out beautifully behind, so we don't have to fall down in the sand in the chairs,
Yeah.
So everything went perfect.
It did. It did. There was no drama. Everything went perfect. I got to do the get out your party dress with Patty.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things to do is dance with Patty. That's Patty Campbell,
Yeah.
And the Golden Girl running around in her parrot costume.
Was that not the cutest thing? Oh my gosh. She was showing some leg,
The girls got a ton of video, and I was going to put that, I'd kind of had that planned out for yesterday afternoon, and then the storm blew through. We lost power, so if the radio station was off the air and you're like, what the hell's going on? That's what it was. The power was off for a good 4 hours.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. 4 hours.
I had to watch the Kentucky Derby on the
laptop.
On the laptop.
Yeah.
Moni says something's wrong. No accidents to report.
No accidents.
No accidents.
Everything went like clockwork.
As a matter of fact, Michelle Myers says, "Okay, now we have come full circle. Jim Isabel is back."
Yes. Yep.
And nothing went wrong. I'm like, okay.
That's right.
And she said that earlier in the day, and I was like, well, it ain't over with yet, you know. But
Day ain't over.
no.
But
I saw where Dan Weir commented, "That's a pretty big tent."
it's a really big tent.
And we're going to use it now for the summer party.
We are.
You know where those tables are normally set up and we have those big umbrellas.
Oh no, we're going to put the tent over the
We're going to put
table.
the tent over the table.
So you'll have plenty of shade.
I
Plenty
had to visualize. That's actually the first time we ever got to see it.
Yeah.
In Panama City.
And it takes a crew to put it up.
It really does.
It does.
It does. So, but we had a great time, and that was our 10th anniversary of the Panama City Parrot. And for everybody who sent me messages and emails and instant messages and text messages that they were listening from all over the world and said it sounded great, thank you for that, because we can't hear it. I mean, we can hear it on the app, but we can't really hear it because it's so loud.
The main reason it sounds so good is all due to Tektronix.
Tektronix is the best sound people in the business. They do music on the Bay.
Top echelon. I mean, they are so good.
We've had sound people before in Panama City that weren't that good. And there's nothing more aggravating to be an event for the artist, for us, for the people trying to listen to it.
It was pretty good. I mean, you got there, we walked around there, they saw you, and first thing they said, "You need power and a hookup, right?" And you're like, "Right." And they're like, "We got it right here." And their guys came over and just did it.
And after all these years, I can truly say I felt special.
You should. It was your 10th.
Yeah. 10 years.
10 years.
10 years. So it was crazy, but we had a great time. And
you were there when they were down at the Barefoot Club.
Which I took the Golden Girl and the hippie chick down to the Barefoot Club
and
for
you
dinner.
were showing our waiter all the pictures of what it used to look like.
Yeah.
When it was wide open. Now.
Mo says big tents cover big decks.
That's right. That's right. You got to have a really big deck to have a big tent.
Good morning to Glenn Sontag, the Key West conch guy, he says.
Yeah, good morning to you,
Good
Glenn.
morning.
Happy Sunday to you. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. It helps us out. Let's see here. We need to take care of this week's Almanac with Tiki Jane.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is Tiki Jane, and it is time for this week's Almanac. Brought to you by Lake Winnie, Chattanooga's oldest amusement park. It's time to get your happy on. Since opening in 1924, Lake Winnie has expanded enormously, including the water park and many other thrilling attractions. With rides and attractions for the entire family, Lake Winnie is recognized as one of America's top 10 family amusement parks for all ages. The park opens up June 1st. It's time to get your happy on with Lake Winnie. Lake Winnie is also the sponsor for Jukebox Saturday mornings, where we take you back in time with that old beach music every Saturday. And now for this week's Almanac. On this day in 2009, LeBron James of the Cleveland Cavaliers is granted the National Basketball Association's Most Valuable Player Award in Akron, Ohio. On this day in 2007, in Las Vegas, Floyd Mayfield defeated Oscar de la Hoya to become the World Boxing Council's super welterweight champion. At the time, the bout was the most lucrative boxing match ever, with over $130 million in generated revenue. On this day in 1996, Grindstone, ridden by jockey Jerry Bailey, wins the 122nd Kentucky Derby. Audrey Hepburn was born in 1929, a Belgian-born British actress known for her radiant beauty and style, her ability to project an air of sophistication tempered by a charming innocence, and her tireless efforts to aid children in need. And now for some Tiki Man Radio history. There are many memories and accomplishments over Tiki Man Radio's 10-plus years of radio. Here is just one. In 2010, the Tiki Man began construction to create access from the Tiki Bar to what would later become the world-famous chocolate bar. Since then, people have traveled from all over the world to visit and enjoy good times with friends. That's your weekly Tiki Man Radio Almanac, brought to you by Lake Winnie, Chattanooga's oldest amusement park. It's time to get your happy on with Lake Winnie.
That's right.
Tiki Jane. See you on the radio.
Thank you, Tiki Jane.
2010.
2010.
Wow.
Well, you know, that was a big deal to cut that hole. You know, this door wasn't always there.
No, I remember because you said that used to be like a fireplace.
Yeah, it was a fireplace. The chocolate bar was a closet. You know, this was part of the garage.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you know, it was a big deal because the women that came to the Tiki Bar would complain because they had to go all the way around to come to the bathroom.
Oh, well, yeah.
Nobody was allowed upstairs.
You had to cut a hole. Yeah, you had to cut a hole.
So originally the door was cut so you could get into the downstairs bathroom, and then I was like, we need a bar in here. So that's how that came about. But anyway, speaking of Lake Winnie, right, being 100th anniversary of Lake Winnie, I have got permission to broadcast at Lake Winnie at the picnic area.
At the picnic area.
All right, so we're going to get some passes that come in. I can't give everybody passes, so let me get that out there right now, okay? So, you know, people that want to come, we're going to try to do the Sunday show over there one Sunday during the summer. That way we can have a picnic in the picnic area, celebrate the we want to be there for the 100th anniversary.
That's right.
Of
100 years of Lake Winnie.
Yeah, and if you see
How exciting.
Yeah, if you see it in that video I put together yesterday, it says Tiki Man's first car. That was in 1972. So.
That was.
So very cool. Let's see here. We're up to 22 likes. That'll help me get YouTube off my butt.
Good. We got 28 people watching.
Yeah. All right. Some of you are slackers.
All right. All right.
But yeah, we had a great time down there. Now we need to turn our attention towards Costa Rica. So the 14th is when we fly to Costa Rica. And apparently we're all going to meet in Atlanta, right? Everybody's
That's what I hear.
Everybody's flying on the same flight to Atlanta, coming from all different angles of.
And then I guess once we get to Atlanta.
Uncle Alex shaking his head no.
No, he
what
probably.
Are you flying?
He's probably flying.
He's flying to Charlotte.
Bus Airlines or something.
Oh, did you see that news story?
Which one?
About your favorite airline. Now, I kid you not, when you book flights, your connecting flight could be a bus.
Oh, really? Well, that would be AmericanAirlinesSucks.com, which, by the way, screwed Alan Jax Bowers on the way out of Panama City.
I know. I am so sorry, Jax, for that.
I saw a guy that did a TikTok on that. He goes, my wife and I got a connecting flight. We're going over to, there's in New Jersey, going over there to the casino, Atlantic City. And they were flying in to one thing, but their connecting flight, he goes, it says it's a bus. I don't understand American Airlines. What? And they got to the airport. They got to their gate at the airport, and there sat a big old bus. And that literally was their connecting flight for an hour and a half ride in a bus to get to their destination, Atlantic City. So American Airlines now has buses.
20 minutes. Yeah.
That's crazy. You know, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, and this has not got anything to do with Mo. So, Mo, this has nothing to do with you.
No,
okay?
I don't. No, but
Charlotte Airport sucks. Okay, and I've said it 1,000 times. So if something happens, Alex, that's on you. Okay,
I used to fly in and out of Charlotte all the time. Flying from Lejeune home, that was always my layover. Was right there in Charlotte.
Last time we were scheduled to go to Charlotte, something happened, and they flew us to Dallas.
Yes, they did.
Which created. Wow. And by the way, that was the last time
layover.
That was the last time I flew on AmericanAirlinesSucks.com.
Well,
But
and
Mo seems to love it, and they always take good care of her.
That's okay.
And she is flying straight direct to Costa Rica from where she's at.
So is Moni and Veronica. They're flying straight from Canada down to.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, direct from Toronto.
And I'm going to be right here just wishing to see the pictures.
I hear Moni is looking to move fairly soon. And
yeah, she is moving. Yeah,
she wants to move closer to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, yeah. They're just way up there by themselves, I think. And it snows a lot there.
Well, it snows a lot.
They were worried that it snowed so much. They were worried about their roof.
Wow.
I
they did have
an
ungodly amount of snow. That was
really
crazy.
Did. Yeah, it was crazy. So, yeah. Enough of that. So they need to get somewhere. Niagara Falls. You get down there, it's a little different, I think. So
yeah.
What do I know? I don't live there. They'll tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure they'll be the first one to tell me.
I've seen people that live in the upstate New York, up in that area, and they still get a lot of snow up there.
Oh yeah, they still get a lot.
But maybe not as much as in the northern part of Canada.
I think it's Buffalo area. Buffalo. We used to have meetings, and we would take everybody over to Niagara from there on a bus. Probably brought to you by American Airlines.
Oh, come on, stop.
But that was back right after 9/11. So
okay.
They somewhere crossing the border there into Canada, they have my fingerprints and everything else because they take you off the bus, fingerprint you, put you in the system, make sure you're okay, and all that good stuff.
Verona says Niagara Falls is the banana belt of Ontario. Warmer, less snow.
Well, there you go.
There we go. That would be great then, because they don't need to be up there with all that snow. But hey, we want to thank Reif Rum for being our sponsor down in Panama City. As it turned out, the girls that were supposed to come couldn't make it, and so we had to. He called me the day before we were getting ready to leave, and I said, "Well, that ain't no problem. We'll take the banner out of the studio. We'll put it up. We can, if you can get me the rum, we can have rum tastings."
I know.
Thank you to Sharky's for holding that package back. I said, "You got to put 4 Tiki Man Radio all over it."
All over it.
And otherwise, they'll break it out and put it behind the bar, and we won't have any rum to drink. So,
I was joking. Yesterday we took the kids to the petting zoo. Our adult children to the petting zoo.
I was going to say, what kids?
But
what kids are you talking about? You don't have children anymore.
Long story.
Well, they're still the kids.
But the funny thing is, there at the petting zoo, they had a thing where you could get treats out of a vending machine for the animals.
For the sheep.
Well, and you just go over by the fence and you just rattle that thing with the treats, and all these animals come running. It was the same way with Reif Rum at the rendezvous.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it's the same way at the alligator farm,
too. That's what I was just going to say.
Get your Vienna sausages up there.
So you buy a Vienna sausage, and
they hear that.
Yeah, they hear that can open. I mean, that alligator heard that can. Golden Girl, she popped open the can on the Vienna sausage.
Y'all come on out here, get these.
And here comes a whole flock of critters wanting their Vienna sausage.
I didn't even cut the truck off. I left the truck right. I'm like, y'all go down there and feed them alligators and get in the truck.
We had 3 alligators, a crane, and about 5 or 6 turtles came up.
We stopped
they all
on the way
wanted
home.
Their treat.
Yeah, we stopped there on the way home and we fed the gators, so they're all good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, they were a little more active this time.
Yeah, they were.
I think they got some little ones in there.
Well, that's what that fella in the gator stop said. He said, if people have been feeding them all day, then they get lazy depending on what time you come around. But
yeah.
We were there later in the evening. So if you were there in the morning, we were there in the evening. So there's the 2 feeding times. So we'd made the perfect time then.
Yeah.
Well. Anyway, so the weather was great. I got to give a shout out to the Panama City Parrothead Club. Put on another great event. There was 750 parrotheads there.
Loved it.
All the bands had a great time. We had one band who played with everybody, I think, at one time or another.
Yeah.
Sonny Jim, John Patty, Dave Matchett.
Yeah.
Who else? Dave
Freeman
Dave
played
Freeman.
with everybody. Yeah,
Dave Freeman had a great time. Congratulations to Tim Campbell and the Tropical Attitude Band. Their first appearance there.
Yes. And he rocked it. I'm going to tell you that.
That's what I mean. I got to do the get out your party dress dance.
Yeah, they had a great time and put on a good show. And Jim Azabel and Tropaholics, they did a great job as always.
Fantastic. Love those guys.
Brooke Graham and the band, the Bigger Boat Band with
the Bigger Boat Band with Beth Travers.
Yeah, Sonny Jim.
Sonny Jim was playing in that, and
Sonny Jim played a lot.
He
he did.
At one time, I was going up to Sharky's and I passed John Patty, and he's helping a guy with a cooler, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, they're working you to death down here this weekend.
And Carrie Welling put on a heck of a show, too.
Yeah.
She did. She did a great job. We had a great interview with Carrie Welling. That was her first time there. Aaron Scherz, that was his first time being there. He brought his kids. Now, you can't bring kids. We never talk about that because we don't think we have to. But
they travel all over the country together.
They do.
Yeah.
So the kids are not allowed in there because obviously there's drunk alcohol everywhere, drunk parrot heads. So his kids were on the outside of the fence, and he was selling T-shirts
through the fence.
Through the fence, and it worked. It worked.
It worked really well. And then Johnny Rustler's band.
Johnny Rustler's band, did a great job.
He's so great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Me and Jax thinks he looks like Sammy Hagar.
He does. He gets that a lot.
He does look like Sammy Hagar.
Yeah. All right.
But let's see. Dwayne with Jim Azabel's band. He looks like Phil Collins.
He does.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. I said that when they were playing.
Yeah.
When he started, I heard him sing. I'm like, man, he just looks like Phil Collins up there.
He does.
And a lot of people
He knows that too. He knows it.
A lot of people don't know this, but he is a world famous musician in Detroit, and has his own music. Plays with a lot of other bands and stuff. He actually sent me some music that I was listening to yesterday before the power went out. But we'll get some of that in the radio station. Maybe I'm gonna have him on the show to talk about his Detroit connection. But
that's cool.
Let's take care of our 11 o'clock sponsors.
Are you looking for signs for your backyard oasis? Maybe for your tiki bar, or maybe you just want a pink flamingo in your yard. Well, let me tell you about Camys Grammys. That's what they do. Camys Grammys is just a beachy flamingo-loving girl from Wisconsin who's landlocked in Missouri and crazy about signs. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the Camys Grammys logo and reach out to her. They custom fit signs to your order, made right here in the USA. That's Camys Grammys. Everybody needs a pink flamingo in their yard.
If you're thinking of investing in commercial property in Florida or moving your business to Florida, check out the Space Coast. The Space Coast is home to globally recognized companies in aviation, aerospace, electronics, and communications. At JM Real Estate, we have seen the Space Coast grow and develop. We know what is happening and know this is an exciting time for our area. The time is now for you to explore the Space Coast of Florida and start investing. Contact JM Real Estate and launch your commercial real estate investment on the Space Coast. Call us at 321-242-2882 or visit jmrealestate.com to learn more.
Alan Jacks Bowers in Mudcut South Studio is now Alan Jacks Bowers and MFG Records, all together under one roof. Jacks has worked with the best in the business all over the world. And if you're looking to take your music to the next level, you need to reach out to Jacks today. MFG Records, which is music for grown-up, and Alan Jacks Bowers, together at last. Reach out to Jacks today at alanjacksbowers.com and take your music to the next level. Are you looking to get away to your secret paradise? Are you looking to come to Chattanooga? You've heard me talk about the beautiful city that I grew up in and the surrounding area here in Harrison Bay. Well, Golden's A-lure-ing Getaway is your secret hideaway. Just a mile and a half from the Tiki Bar, and our good friends the Goldens will take good care of you. It's safe, it's secure, and it's Tiki Man approved. When you use the code word Tiki Man, you get 20% off. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the link for Golden's A-lure-ing Getaway and schedule your secret getaway right here in Harrison Bay. That's Golden's A-lure-ing Getaway. Tell them the Tiki Man sent you.
It's something, girl, I've got to say. Truly hooked on you, madly stuck on you deeply. I feel no pain. Truly hooked on you, madly stuck on you deeply. Remains the same. My vision is so blurred, only you can see clearly now, and it leaves an everlasting impression on my mind. Listen, I don't feel the pain, Lord, I don't feel it no more. I can't help but feel it no more. All that I feel, sing it, is something that is deep in my soul. Now, truly hooked on you, madly stuck on you deeply. I feel no pain. Truly hooked on you, madly stuck on you deeply. Remains the same. Come on, it's a game in the morning. Come on, mash up the pen in the morning. Keep it strict to the beat. Keep it strict to the beat. How many people have I seen the bus up on the streets all around the world? Hooked on you, madly stuck on you deeply. I feel no pain. Truly hooked on you, madly stuck on you.
Coming to you live from the Z&G patio in Memphis, Tennessee, home of David and Gina. That's where they have a rockin' good time with Tiki Man Radio.
Let's get aboard a big jet plane and take a little trip 1,000 miles away. I know this place that's really hip. Just pack that little sundress and I think you will agree. It's been an awful long time to go without no sea. We'll have some rain, nephew, as we leave Montego Bay, and chase it with some Appleton and wash our cares away. We'll follow A1 highway all the way to Spanish Town. The island's really jumping to that old school reggae sound. If you're feeling kinda sexy, get ya dressed up and I'll meet you at the Rum Bar. I don't know how long I can stay there, but I want to spend all day there at the Rum Bar. Now trying all the different rum will be a tasty thrill. We'll stop at all the shanty bars on our way to Negril. The shanties by the roadside offer rum drinks at their best. It sure is tasting better than the grog in the Midwest. If you're feeling kinda sexy, get ya dressed up and I'll meet you at the Rum Bar. I don't know how long I can stay there, but I want to spend all day there at the Rum Bar. If you're feeling kinda sexy, get ya dressed up and I'll meet you at the Rum Bar. I don't know how long sexy, get dry, dressed up and I'll meet you at the rum bar. Meet you at the rum bar. I don't know how long I can stay there, but I want to spend all day there at the rum bar. Spend it at the rum bar. If you're feeling kinda sexy, get dry, dressed up and I'll meet you at the rum bar. Meet you at the rum bar. I don't know how long I can stay there, but I want to spend all day there at the rum bar. Spend it at the rum bar. If you're feeling kinda sexy, get ya dressed up in.
This is Gene Mitchell, and you're listening to the Tiki Man on Coastal Americana Radio.
Lounge down in a hammock on a long forgotten beach, watching the sun slide across the water, just the sand, the waves, and me. Mother, mother ocean sings me a soothing song, puts me in a trance, invites me to dance, and I know I'm where I belong. And that's why it's still a mystery to me why they all just go the same old way. 'Cause life stops moving so fast off the beaten path on the B-side of A1A. It's not that hard to find it if you just know where to go. Follow the call of the ocean down an unmarked sandy road. I hear the line from a sailboat clang as the main fills up. Now I'm a Caribbean soul and those sails are full, just like my tin cup. And now I must confess, I don't want to keep up the pace, but life stops moving so fast off the beaten path on the B-side of A1A. All good things must end. We all must go back home. But I always bring my beach with me. Wherever I go, I mix up a margarita, take a sip and clear my mind. Pull out a Buffett record and flip it to the other side. And I want to be there. I'll go back down to the sea someday. But until that time, I'll keep living life on the B-side of A1A. 'Cause life stops moving so fast off the beaten path on the B-side of A1A.
Brighton Stoll there. The B-side of A1A. That's one of my favorite tunes of his.
Yes.
Hey, we want to make sure we mention that Sovereignty did win the Kentucky Derby.
That's right. Who was our pick? It was something.
Sandman.
Sandman was
something
our
like
pick.
that. Yeah.
He came in like fourth or something like
I
that.
don't know. I think he had to go take a pee or something. But,
I thought it was interesting that they said that every horse in that race yesterday was a descendant of Secretariat.
Yeah,
that is impressive.
That is impressive.
That's the real winner right there.
Yeah, that is impressive.
He was the best racehorse ever, then, so they wanted to get his bottle it, as they would say.
Do you remember them Briar horses? I had a Briar horse of Secretariat when I was younger. Yeah.
Really?
I did.
Well, I'll be damned. That's pretty cool.
Well, I think I actually got it for Elena when she was little. But we had a Briar horse.
Sounds about right.
Sounds more on the right decade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was impressed when I heard that. I'm like, that's pretty good when the entire field is a descendant of one horse.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
wow.
Wow, yeah. So we know what he's been doing. So anyway, yeah, it was a good. I was able to watch it on the laptop. I had to break out the Wi-Fi we used down in Panama City to watch it. But
come in handy.
Yeah, came in handy to watch that. And so congratulations to Sovereignty. It's a pretty big deal. And of course, it was raining up there. It wasn't. And the horses race different in the rain, obviously, but I think it has a lot to do with who the winner's going to be, whether it's a sunny day or a rainy day. You know? But
I saw in some replays they were doing and seeing the track how muddy it was.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Just,
It was just pouring
I'm
rain.
surprised them horses wasn't too dangerous to run a horse in that kind of conditions.
Well, I've seen them put them down after the race where they fell down or whatever, during the race.
Yeah, that's sad.
And that's never good.
No.
2 or 3 years ago, they had to do that. And it's never good.
No.
It's all bad. It's all bad. Let's see here. Earlier in the show, in our opening video, we mentioned about the summer party. Unfortunately, Marty Nichols not going to be able to make it.
I know. I'm very sad.
Logistic wise, something came up. Gigs, something always comes up. But we're going to miss him. He will be down in Key West at the showcase.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is filling up fast. I think we may have 1 or 2 spots left. So we'll start making announcements about that pretty soon. Jim Asbell's going to be back down there.
I'm excited. All righty.
Got to hang out with him a lot down in Panama City, and we talked about it. I'm like, listen, it's like when I called and said, you got to get back to Key West, everybody else is singing your songs, man. They're getting gigs for your music.
That is true.
So you need to come on back. Now, Tim Campbell and those guys, they make a list of they cover other bands' tunes and give them credit for it, which is really cool.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of unique because, like you said, there was a lot of people that played with various people, and it was like a lot of the artists, they're plug and play. Like you can just take them in at moment's notice, and they can jump on stage and play an entire set with a different artist. And I think that comes in because they play each other's music, so they're so familiar with it. It's just like, yeah, okay, I got it. So, and it's cool that they are that familiar with each other.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Donnie Brewer. We joke about it sometimes, saying, well, he's on stage again, but he's incredibly talented.
Oh, absolutely.
And, the band, they didn't have any practice with Kerry Welling.
They just played.
And Aaron Schurz, so
just
that
played.
says a lot about that band, and of course, Alan Jacks Bowers just banging it out, doing his thing. He is the master.
He can play anything with anybody.
Yeah, he is the master. So, and Dave Matchett,
Dave Matchett can play anything with anybody. So can Dave Freeman. I mean, those three guys, they rock it.
It's just like,
they
bam.
rock it.
Well, Dave and John Patty and those guys, Sonny Jim, they all played with Jim Morris.
Right.
Back in the day.
Right.
John Patty and Dave were part of the band. And so, it's good to see those guys that coming together. I don't think I've been to Panama City and seen so many smiles that I have. And maybe it was just special being 10 years, but it just seemed like everybody was having a great time.
Yeah, it seemed
everybody
like
but
that.
Jeff Burke. Listen, come get your baskets. I'm so damn tired of telling y'all to come get your baskets. Come get your baskets.
I
This
thought
is your credit card.
I know, that was so funny. He said, y'all paid good money for this. This is your credit. You come get your basket.
Yeah.
I know.
This is
I
your
love
credit card.
I thought it
Come
was
get it.
funny. I love Jeff Brewer. So that was funny. By the way, good morning to Ed and Felicia Kubiak.
Yes, the conductors up
They
there.
have
Good
just
morning to
joined
you.
us.
Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're doing wonderful.
Yep.
And of course, they will be on with Ed the Train Man
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right. So there we go. Whoop, pull my headphones out here. There we go.
You know what I hate about headphones?
You know what I hate?
You know what chaps my butt?
You know what chaps my ass? Me?
Is when I'm doing so I've got my headphones in plugged into my laptop, right? And I'm doing yoga in the mornings. And I want to be quiet because I don't want to wake up Katie. I mean, obviously Katie can hear me moving around. But I also don't want to wake up Daddy, because he wants to sleep in a little. So I'm doing my yoga, got my earphones in, and I do one of these numbers, out pops your earphone, and then it stops the video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it pops out of your ear, and then I'm like, dang it. So then I have to get out of that position, put the earplug back in, start the video over, and it's just a whole thing.
It's amazing what you get used to because Katie and I both, once she reaches that point where she's like,
yeah, that's the meditation part. That's after yoga. That's after yoga.
I need a cup of coffee.
And they're like, okay, it's time to get up.
Yeah.
Good morning to Josh Clark, who just chimed in.
Good morning, Josh.
Hey, morning, Josh.
Good morning,
Happy
Chelsea.
Sunday to you. Hope you're doing wonderful.
Good morning.
You and Chelsea. Happy Sunday to you.
Yeah.
Well, coffee's very important in the morning time.
Coffee is very important.
It is.
Got to have coffee, because, somebody asked me the other day about it, and I said, listen, they're like, have you had your coffee yet?
Actually, water's more important. You should drink water
And I
before your coffee.
I said, you know what coffee is spelled backwards?
No.
E-fuck. And I don't give a fuck until I have my coffee.
Oh, he told that. He told that to one of his guys the other day that works for him. I was like, okay.
Yeah, here
E-fuck.
we go.
E-fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Monica goes, yup.
Yep.
Coffee.
So when somebody asks you if you had your coffee, just say, do you know what it is spelled backwards? It's e-fuck.
So I can only have 2 cups of coffee. Otherwise, I'm like jabba. Like that. That's me. More than 2 cups of coffee. Can't do it.
Well, there you go. There you go. I got to have my coffee.
And that is your word of the day.
That's your word of the day. E-fuck. Don't give a fuck. Yeah. All right. Enough of that.
Did we ever say this show is not intended for children?
Yeah, that's true.
Not necessarily.
I hope Ellie's not listening.
She just learned a new word, Papaw.
Yeah. Well, Ellie has her coffee. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Papa.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But everybody had a great time. And, we sold, apparently we sold all of the T-shirts at half price.
That was my idea. Hey,
$10 make you holla. $10 make you holla.
You always say 20. I was like, them shirts are 3 or 4 years old. I was like,
they're still new.
It don't matter if they're still new. They're our old designs. And so here's the deal. I'm like, you want to move some merchandise, you sell them at half price, $10 everything.
$10 make you holla.
That's how you get it
We're
done.
having a flash sale.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Blue
how you
light
get it done. $10. So
when she'd leave the 10, I'd say, all right, T-shirts $20.
No, yeah, he'd say T-shirts $20, and I'm like $10 everything, $10.
Yeah, we even guilted a guy into buying a hat.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, it's $10.
Like,
I sold 4 T-shirts over the fence to people who weren't even there.
There was one incident.
What was the
One incident that Lou, of all people, brought up to me.
Okay, what was that?
Somebody wanted us to sign a banner for another radio station. I'm like, Lou, I'm having a great time. Why would you tell me that? Why? Why would you even entertain that conversation? You need to tell them to go screw themselves.
That's another radio
Okay?
station. Yeah.
We are here for 10 years, and we they need to come buy a shirt. Apparently at half price. But there was a guy who did have another radio station hat on, and he came over and he said, "Listen, I want to apologize because I didn't even think about it. I just put a hat on, and I know I am a piece of crap." Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. You can buy one of our hats, though. They're apparently half price.
He did take one of our Tiki Man Radio stickers and put it right on top.
He did. He taped it over.
He was sweet.
Sitting right up front on the stage.
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah, it was funny.
I saw Jim Azabel. He had his tag on, his pass to get in, and he put a sticker on the back of it, so it looked good on stage up there.
Flying around, yeah.
Yeah, and then, of course, we had our mascot out there, Golden Girl. She about had a heat stroke, though. It was hot.
It was hot.
Well, that parrot suit is made of fur. Okay, so.
They didn't think that out too well.
And listen, and it even has leggings with it. So I'm like, yeah, you don't need to put the leggings on. Yeah, that's too hot.
Without the leggings, that's when you realize how that costume is short.
It is. It's shorty shorts.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
They're like booty shorts, actually, short.
They are. It was cute.
But
and who wore the Patty wore the Tiki Man costume, the Tiki costume.
I think both of them wore it at one time at different times.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They had to take shifts. It was that hot.
Yeah.
It was pretty hot.
It got hot during the day, but it would cool off as it normally does at night.
Well, yeah. It was very breezy.
Very breezy. That tune, in case you were wondering, from Brooke Graham's is "Even the Tide Got High."
I love that song.
That's great. That's a great song.
She had a great time. Texas music scene down there in Austin.
Yeah,
and
she's awesome.
It's where my daughter and my granddaughter live, and apparently they're part of the Parrot Head. We did get to meet the Austin Parrot Head Club.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Took some pictures with them and said, "Listen, your daughter's going to get mad if I don't take a picture." And I'm like, "Yes, she will. She is my daughter."
That's right.
So, anyway, we had a great time.
We did.
Now we got to get ready for Costa Rica. We do have another show before Costa Rica, by the way.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Next week it'll all be about Costa Rica.
That meets the eye.
Tim Myers, a.k.a. The Bodyguard, a.k.a. The Ice Cream Man, a.k.a. The Camera Guy, for Tiki Man Radio. I expect you to tune in to the Sunday show with Tiki Man and the Hippie Chick and crew every Sunday beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing in my watch.
We'll do the Cherry Groove down in Cherry Grove. Harold's on the Ocean is the place to go. We'll do the Cherry Groove down in Cherry Grove. Shagging on the beach is what I love the most. Yeah. The winter's gone, feel the sun and the breeze. The sand is calling you and me. I'm in the mood for the holiday band. We're gonna head to Ocean Drive as fast as we can. The castaways are sounding so fine. Over at Boom Booms is quick and coastline. The Spanish Galleon has it pocket tonight. And shagging on the beach will make it feel just right. We'll do the Cherry Groove down in Cherry Grove. Harold's on the Ocean is the place to go. We'll do the Cherry Groove down in Cherry Grove. Shagging on the beach is what I love the most. All right now. Patched the hole in his soul, and Clarence caught a stroking. We'll never get old. Bill Pinkney moved the drifters along, and thanks to General Johnson for singing his songs. We'll do the Cherry Groove down in Cherry Grove. Harold's on the Ocean is the place to go. We'll do the Cherry Groove down in Cherry Grove. Shagging on the beach is what I love. We'll do the Cherry Groove down in Cherry Grove. Harold's on the Ocean is the place to go. We'll do the Cherry Groove down in Cherry Grove. Shagging on the beach is what I love the most. That's what I love, baby. Get the sand between your toes. And maybe later, honey, we'll go on down the road. We'll hit Pirates Cove. Cherry Grove. Oh, we might even head over to Fat Harold's. We'll hit up Dutch. Maybe have some luck. Cherry Grove. Then we'll go over to 2001. And just maybe, honey, then our night.
This is Jim Asbell digging on some Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station.
Found a waitress with a long gone look in her eyes. She was tapping cervezas, topping off pina coladas. but I could tell the smile on her face was just a disguise. She said, I need to be where the sand meets the sea at the end of this two-lane road. So I packed my guitar, took her by the arm and said, come on, let's go. We were racing through the key, couldn't hardly see for the sunset burning in our eyes. So we found a place to park, hid out in the dark, watching that full moon rise. There's never been a moment so right as when we gave in to the night. I'll never forget what we felt, what we said, what we did. Beneath the 7 Mile Bridge. She was Ray-Ban suntan, cut off jeans and a halter. Laughed and we drank and we talked about everything. I remember she spoke of a man left at the altar. 'Cause freedom meant more to her than a diamond ring. And she tried not to cry, said our goodbyes, brave strangers in the middle of town. Then she let go my hand, turned and she ran as my heartbeat finally slowed down. Yeah, we were racing through the key, couldn't hardly see for the sunset burning in our eyes. So we found a place to park, hid out in the dark, watching that full moon rise. There's never been a moment so right as when we gave in to the night. I'll never forget what we felt, what we said, what we did. Beneath the 7 Mile Bridge. These old memories of that long bridge to me, as I wonder what might have become of the girl who traded it all for the Key West Island song. We were racing through the key, couldn't hardly see for the sunset burning in our eyes. So we found a place to park, hid out in the dark, watching that full moon rise. There's never been a moment so right as when we gave it to the night. I'll never forget what we felt, what we said, what we did. We were reckless and young, proud of love on the run when we head beneath the 7 Mile Bridge.
Jim Azabel and the Tropaholics.
Great song. Actually, that was written by Dwayne Harley.
That's right. And you can always, they have such a great time when that song comes up. It's getting to be one of their premier songs that they play. And it always gets the crowd going. And
everybody loves it, yeah.
They, it's funny, to watch these guys work. And occasionally they write a tune where it just feels good.
Yeah.
And they just enjoy playing it. And
I love that song. Actually, my favorite is 800 Miles. That's my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
But we can't leave out David Dyke.
No.
My God, I love that man. He's funny too.
And those guys flew in
Yes, they did.
And then had to leave right after that show
They had
to get back to
leave
Detroit.
2 hours after the show,
Yeah.
2 hours after midnight, just to get back to Detroit to play another show.
I think they actually took a nap in our tent at some point.
Yeah,
I think so,
they
too.
managed to commit a crime while in the process.
They did.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
You didn't hear about that?
No,
You must have been distracted because he came up and apologized to you.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I remember it. Because they took pictures and sent it to us of them breaking into the cooler.
When, when they got there, they were standing on their balcony looking down going, you know, that Tiki Man Radio, we know there's something to drink down there. So they somehow managed to break their way into the fence or under the fence. He said it took a minute.
Go to the Tiki Man's tent. I know he's got a cooler full of beer down there.
They managed to get their drinks, and then they got busted by security.
That's so
I forgot about that.
That's funny.
Stories from the road.
Yeah.
And by the way, Patty Campbell just chimed in. She said, "Good morning, guys. We are checking in from Cape Cod.
Oh.
Epic night last night.
Yeah.
The band got to play some songs with Jim Mayer at the Parrot Head convention.
I saw pictures with Teresa. She said the check.
I know, she got to play her bass with. Yes.
Yeah, and but the sound check was so hot that the fire alarm went off.
But how cool is that her bass guitar
Actually belonged
to him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a cool story.
That's
right
a
there.
really cool story.
That's a cool thing for her to be able to experience, and the whole band, and it's good seeing you guys down there. And
Yes.
What's that song that Dave Freeman said he wouldn't play in a band unless they played? It's the parody.
The
song.
parody. Hold on.
Plantain.
Oh, the Plantain song.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Plantain.
I was looking at videos.
Instead of cocaine, it's plantain.
Plantain.
I
Yeah.
love it. That was
Anyway, I was going through the videos, and I have that on video.
Oh. No, that's awesome.
So we'll get that out there and
that's really
get it to
cool.
everybody. And now that we have electricity, I can actually put some of the videos together.
Oh my gosh.
Just
Dan Ware just sent me a really cool message.
All right.
He said, "Did you know that I went to high school with David Dyke?"
I did not know that.
Wow.
And he was really good friends with David's brother. I did not know that.
Small world.
What a small world. I love David Dyke. He's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, the whole band is.
The whole band.
yeah.
I love David. I love Dwayne. I love Jim. They're the actual core of the Tropaholics.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I tell you what,
And then the rest of them just pick up,
the horns send that band to a whole nother level.
Well, that's.
Well,
yeah.
that's one thing. Jim Azabel and I have known each other for a long, long, long time. And that's one thing we've always shared is our love of horns in the music.
Yeah.
And, all that good stuff. And, of course, the keyboards and everything. But those guys, and he usually does bring in some kids.
Yeah.
To do the horns.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, holy crap, what did we get ourselves into?
Listen, they're awesome.
Here's what it's going to be like to travel with a rock star.
Yeah. Patty says Rendezvous was so much fun. It is fun. I've been telling them for years, man, you got to get down to Rendezvous. I know they're really big at music on the Bay. Yeah. And that's a fun gig, too. I've been down there. And but I just love being on that beach right there. I mean,
it's so nice.
Yeah, there's the Emerald Coast right there. It's just beautiful.
And by the way, Jim, I did not bring you shots this year. I brought you beer. You asked for beer, I brought you beer.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. You asked for beer, I brought you beer.
I did take him a little bit of Reif Rum up there, though.
Yes.
I did take a bottle up there. Because David was like, hey, man, you got some of that rum?
Well, that's your fault. That's not my fault. It's not my fault this time.
I'm like, yes, I got rum.
Somebody else brought them shots of something.
Yeah, somebody asked me, I don't know, like a week or so ago, which, always kind of, hey, man, are you going to be down Rendezvous? And I'm like,
of course I am.
I'm going to be there, man, and I'm bringing the rum.
Our washboard friend was running around with something in the bottle. He was passing around to those guys as well.
Oh, that was Kurt, and I believe that's some kind of homemade something or another.
A concoction.
Yeah, homemade concoction.
And shockingly enough, they said it couldn't be done. they said there's no way. They said that it would never happen. But I went to Rendezvous. I didn't drink a drop.
He did not.
I didn't drink a drop
Matter
of
of
alcohol.
fact, Danny Lynn has not drank a drop of alcohol since New Year's Eve.
You can still have fun and have a good time.
That's right.
And
absolutely.
You know, so that's they said it couldn't be done. There's no way.
If the Tiki Man can do that, you can do it. Anybody can do it.
Well, you know, listen.
Because nothing's impossible because that is a huge accomplishment.
It is, especially around all them drugs.
You can accomplish anything, sir.
Well, I knew that.
There's one thing you should never challenge me to do. Tell me I can't do something.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
I don't even think you realized it.
No, I was too busy drinking to realize you weren't.
I was too drunk to realize you weren't. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But anyway, so there's that. And but I must say that this year, for a variety of reasons, has been a little tense. And I also picked this year to not smoke and not drink. And so I've had a lot going on. And I got to tell you, I was sitting down there completely sober, having a good time, doing radio, and it was needed. It reminded me of how good this gig is.
That's right.
Okay. So I want to thank everybody for all your support and everything that you do for Tiki Man Radio, because sometimes you can lose your way a little bit. Mm-hmm. And you start thinking about doing the other things. You start, start dismissing this or that or whatever. And then you get a wake-up call about what's really important and what's important to you. You get a reminder. And I got to tell you, I really had that in Panama City, and I really, really appreciate everybody that made it extra special. So
you deserve it.
So anyway, but now we got to get ready for Costa Rica, and I can't wait to get down to Costa Rica and enjoy that. Joe's coming. Sue's not going to be able to make it, so I get to hang out with Sue.
That's too bad. I'll miss Sue. I like Sue.
I've got this crazy, the hippie chick's always talking about the stars and the universe aligns and does things and whatever, which is true.
I'm way out there, man.
We get in some deep conversations.
Yeah, we do.
Listen, because I'll watch Ancient Aliens sometimes. I'm like, all right, now that's just BS. Now that's a stretch right there. Okay, the aliens did not teach Noah how to build that ark.
You don't know.
But anyway,
you don't know.
But so I've been talking a lot about the island of Malta.
Malta, yes.
And little things happen. Like all of you know that I watch The Curse of Oak Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, the last couple of weeks, they've actually visited the island of Malta.
Really?
Yes, they have.
And they found evidence, along with all the sticks and wood and dirt and everything else they found over the last 11 years.
Could it be?
Could it be dirt? 125 feet down? Yes.
Yes, it could.
Is that wood? Yes.
Yes, it is.
But they also find buttons and stuff or whatever, and they found a button. They found a lot of buttons. A button. It's a button.
Oh, yeah, that guy. That Aussie dude. Oh, by the way, if Aussie Pete is out there, we loved it. We loved to meet you, Aussie Pete.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
So the button, they traced it back to the Saints of Malta.
The Saints of Malta.
So naturally, they had to go to Malta.
Which were apparently in with the Knights Templar.
Yeah, Knights Templar.
Yeah.
So the Knights Templar, when they got run out of Rome,
right?
They supposedly took all the treasures, and they spent some time in Malta. And then for some reason they're like, "Hey, let's go over to Oak Island."
Up in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's the belief or whatever, to hide their treasure.
Well, that's the theory, yeah. But
I'm a big
interestingly
treasure.
enough, they did find one of those buttons.
They did.
From the Knights of Malta in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. I mean, maybe somebody, was hiding on the boat and he had a button. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? But it was a very little things like that happen. And then so I'm going back through, Joe is he's been traveling as well. He's been on a lot of cruise ships or whatever. He said, hey, man, can we get one of the archives this week or whatever? Go back and get one because I just don't have time to put one together. And I'm like, absolutely. So I'll take care of it. So I went back and I'm going through and I said, there's one about Malta.
And I'm like, how did we miss that?
How did we miss that?
Because we like Malta. It's been on Ancient Aliens. It's been on Oak Island. It's been all kinds of. It's even been on Unexplained with William Shatner.
That's right.
Wow.
And I love that
pops
one too.
up. Now, you know how it is. Like if you sell a car.
Yeah.
And you really like that car, but you had to get a new car for whatever reason. And, now you see that car everywhere you go.
Yes.
There's my car. There's my car.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. You notice those kinds of cars or whatever. It's, these things are happening all the time in the so-called universe, but you don't notice it till you zone in on something. And that's the same thing with Malta. So, the this week's we're going to go back into the archives. I had to change it a little bit because I think it was around Easter or something. We did it, whatever. And the reason we missed it was because this was when they took that Greece trip.
Yes.
So people just thought that it had something to do with Greece.
But it didn't. And I'm like, how did we miss Malta? Because Malta is kind of important to Danny and me for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
And he just said some of them, but I was like,
But
interesting.
again, that's
and
never
we
happened.
Totally missed that.
That's never happened where he couldn't send one.
That's right.
And then I had to go find one.
And we just happened to
stuck
find
out, right?
Malta.
So,
yeah.
Interesting.
It is. There are no coincidences, Danny Lynn.
They are no coincidences.
There are none.
Yeah.
No. The universe will bring you what you seek.
Well, we went to. I had a friend whose dad passed away, and we went to the viewing Friday night.
Yeah.
In the middle of the biggest rainstorm we've had here in I don't know how long.
I know that's right.
And so we get in there, and there's these paintings everywhere. And they're lined up around,
But I recognize the lighting.
Yeah.
The brush stroke and the lighting. I recognize that as
Bob Ross.
That's right.
Bob Ross.
And I had to go back and talk to him and say, hey.
Is this Bob Ross painting?
No, I didn't say that. I said, were these your father's? And was he a fan of Bob Ross? Because it was the same lighting, the same brush strokes, the same way Bob Ross would do a mountain.
And there must have been a 25 or 30 of them in there.
And I recognized it right. I love art, and I recognized that right away. And I was like, and he said,
he would stay up late.
He said he would stay up late and do those. And he said these were hanging all over my parents' house.
Yeah, they could. He could do one of these in 20 minutes.
So he'd watch Bob Ross and paint.
He said he would do one in 20 minutes.
Wow,
just like Bob Ross does.
Now, thanks to
they were beautiful.
Thanks to the Roku channel.
Yeah.
They have the Bob Ross channel.
Yeah.
And so I watch it all the time. Sometimes I go to bed watching him, do a painting or whatever because it's a beautiful world out there. This is your world. Let's just put a tree here. Me, we can't. He's got to have a friend. Let's put a tree over here. We don't make any mistakes. We have happy accidents. I mean,
yes,
it's calming.
It was awesome.
But
that was that AMSR before it ever was the thing.
Yeah. So. But I say all that to say that it's the same thing with Malta as it is with Bob Ross.
Now we see Malta everywhere.
Yeah, and now you see Bob Ross paintings out in the middle of somewhere where you wouldn't expect it at a funeral home.
We didn't expect to see Bob Ross at a funeral home. No.
Yeah.
But ironically, his father loved him, and it was his father that passed away, and it was his paintings. So.
Wow, that's impressive.
You know, and when somebody passes away that's your age,
yeah,
freaks you out.
Yeah, it does freak you out. This guy was my age.
Yeah, that's the first thing she said.
My
That's terrible. How old was he? Well, he's my age.
Yep.
And I was like, my God,
Yeah.
way too young. Because
Way
I
too
still think I'm a teenager.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, the this week's travel minute will be about Malta. So for those of you, and I shared this with some of you, anybody that really wants to listen here lately, I've been talking a lot about it. And I was talking to Michelle and Tim about it down there. And
yeah.
I even have a presentation last week. The last weekend we were here, played it for Kevin and Alex and all of them. You know, of course, they pick all the bad stuff out of it, you know. Looks a little dirty there, man. Yeah.
No, it's beautiful.
So anyway, we'll check it out. Coming up here in a few minutes, here in about 4 minutes. If you're out there and you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button.
We're up to 29 now.
Yeah, 29. See, if you're 29, you got to be at 30, right? So we got 31 people watching. We need a couple more likes. If you haven't done it, go ahead and do that. That helps us out tremendously. We talked about the summer party. Marty Nichols not going to be able to make it. But so I'm happy to announce that, first of all, Mark Mulch and the band will be here.
Yes, they will.
They will be the headliner. But I got this call same day as I talked to Marty Nichols.
See, there are no coincidences.
And it's just weird things have just been happening here lately, or maybe I'm just sober enough to pay attention to it.
Maybe.
I believe.
But so Marty says, man, I really hate to do this to you, but I'm just not logistically wise. I'm just not going to be able to make it down there. I'm like, no problem. I mean, I love Marty Nichols to death. And he says, but I'll see you down in Key West. I'm like, perfect. And then I get a message from Sam Rainwater.
I know. I'm so happy.
And Sam Rainwater says, hey, we're going to be in Nashville working on a new album, and we'd love to come to your summer party. And if there's a chance that we might could play, I'd like to, maybe play a tune or two. I'm like, are you kidding me?
You're Sam Rainwater. Man.
You're Sam Rainwater. We'd love to have you.
I love them.
So
and I'm so glad that Elizabeth is going to be okay enough to travel.
Yes.
With all her surgeries she just had.
Yeah. So Sam Rainwater is going to be here.
That's great.
And for those of you that have heard me talk about Sam, he's got that song Tiki Bar in My Backyard. We played that every year opening the Tiki Bar. Every year for as long as I've had the Tiki Bar. We don't make a big celebration out of it like we used to. Now we just kind of, all right, we're open. Let's change the pool on her. But it used to be a big deal long before we had the chocolate bar and all that stuff, So, and that was long before I was in radio, long before I even knew anything about trop rock or anybody. I just stumbled across that song, and we played it all the time at the Tiki Bar. So to have Sam Rainwater come here and play that song at the Tiki Bar during the summer party is just going to be fantastic. So that's all good news, all positive things.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it. I love Sam's spirit, and what a cool dude, that, I mean, you would never think in a million years he's a rocket scientist.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a rocket scientist. Come on. Hey, B-Man. B-Man's in the house now. B-Man and Michelle.
Hit that like button, baby. Good morning to you. Happy Sunday to you.
Yeah.
They had a good show.
They did.
What was his name? Turner Jackson?
Yes.
Jackson Turner? Maybe it's Jackson Turner.
Yes.
I think that's what it was on Friday night. They had a good show. All right, let's get ready for the Travel Minute, all about Malta.
Malta.
And now it is time for the award-winning JBL Travel Minute with Joe Leo with JBL Travel Group. JBL Travel Group is the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. You can reach out to Joe at 732-831-5200. And now get ready to learn something new about travel. Take it away, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, this is Joe Leo with the JBL Travel Group. This week on the Travel Minute, I want to talk about the country of Malta. Many of you might remember that when we did our Italy and Greece cruise last year in September, that one of the stops that we made was Malta, and most of the people thought that it was part of Italy and it was an extension of Sicily, and we came to, of course, find out that it is its own country. So doing a little research on it, because I've been sending a lot of clients there. It's a very attractive but somewhat overlooked, and it's kind of been under the radar, a destination that people just didn't know was there. It's now rapidly becoming the go-to spot for luxury vacations. And in recent years, it's caught the attention of a lot of media. There's been some new 5-star properties that have opened up there, new dining experience, including 6 Michelin-rated restaurants. It's been dubbed the Mediterranean's mini Hollywood because of it's attracting a lot of movie buffs from all over the world, because it's best known for film productions. Let me just tell you a couple of things. As a matter of fact, a lot of the tour guides that we met while we were in Malta have played parts, extras in a lot of the productions. They filmed Gladiator 2 there, Napoleon, which is up for 3 Academy Awards, Bachelor Nation, the reality show, has filmed there. The Game of Thrones, which is a popular HBO show, has filmed in many, many Malta locations. They actually showcased Valletta, which is the capital and also UNESCO World Heritage Site, as well as Medina, the medieval walled city. So here's what we're finding. We're finding a lot of hotels there, luxury hotels that are less than anywhere else in the Mediterranean. And we're talking about some very popular 5-star big-name hotels that have actually made their home there. Gourmet cuisine. Malta has its food and its wine are getting a lot of attention. It's attracted a lot of famed Michelin chefs. And the Michelin Guide last year for 2023 included 35 restaurants in Malta, 6 that have earned Michelin stars. And our Maltese wines are also becoming very popular because they concentrate on farm-to-table wines linked to sustainability, and it's a growing trend for the past several years. In addition to that, cruise ships the growth of cruise ships going to Malta has gone unbelievable. It has grown. As a matter of fact, from 2023, there was over 990,000 passengers that stopped in Valletta in Malta, which was a 65% increase over 2022. It's always been a crucial and important cruise port, but more and more of the cruisers are now starting to include it in their itineraries. And Malta is very proud of the fact that of their sustainability efforts for the cruise industry and also the hotels. So if you never thought about going to Malta, whether you just want to go there for, a land vacation, or you want to take a cruise that stops in Malta, give me a call at the JBL Travel Group at 732-831-5200, and I'll be glad to give you some more information about it. And that's it. That's Joe Leo with this week's Travel Minute. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks, Joe. You've been listening to the award-winning JBL Travel Minute with Joe Leo, winner of the 2024 Magellan Awards of Excellence. Each week, Joe takes you through the ins and outs of the travel industry and gives you ideas about travel that you never even thought about. If you're looking to take a trip, book a cruise, or a special event, then reach out to Joe Leo at JBL Travel Group at 732-831-5200, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. This hour of the show is brought to you by JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio, an organizer for the Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise every year in May, where we go island hopping around the Caribbean. JBL Travel Company specializes in cruises and all-inclusive resorts for family vacations, group travel, destination weddings, and honeymoons for over 10 years. You should always take the Tiki Man's advice and travel with somebody you know. Reach out to Joe at 732-831-5200. Make sure you check out the JBL Travel Minute every Sunday at noon on Tiki Man Radio. During Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man, you'll learn something new every week. That's JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. Go Goaltending Services, our good friends Gypsy Travels will take you out to the sandbars of the Florida Keys. It's time to get off the bar stools and get on another bar, a sandbar, with Gypsy Travels and GTS Charters. And now with Goaltending Services Outfitters, you can get the equipment you need, you can get the apparel you need, grab you some drinks and some souvenirs. That's Goaltending Services, the elite place to be if you're going to a sandbar or being on the water in the Florida Keys. Reach out to them today. Goaltending Services. Tell them the Tiki Man sent you. Make sure you visit the newly opened Goaltending Outfitters upstairs from the Hurricane Hole restaurant at the dock. GTS Charters and Goaltending Outfitters. There's no better place to be in the Florida Keys.
1, 2, 1, 2. I've been up all night, driving in the pouring rain. I got 300 miles till I get back to my baby. Just read the last letter talking Pacific Northwestern blues. I've been down in Arizona, baby, I'm a-coming home. I've been down in the desert, and baby, I'm a dry to the bone. What I can gather talking Pacific Northwestern blues. Still ain't made the mountains, temperature's starting to drop. Might get a little messy, but I'll make it with a little luck. Always fighting the weather, Pacific Northwestern blues. Tell her talking Pacific Northwestern blues. Now passing through Pendleton, and then come the snow. It's only a fool would be out on this road. Here I go getting clever, Pacific Northwestern blues. Up ahead in the stormy night, but we're moving so slow, I'm about to lose my mind. Things can only get better talking Pacific Northwestern blues. And I just off the highway, rain's coming down. Get to my road and the whole damn thing's washed out. Now I'm up and up talking Pacific Northwestern blues. Now I'm up and up talking Pacific Northwestern blues.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. This is a Tiki Man with Tiki Man Radio. No matter where I'm at, if I'm right here at the Tiki Bar, the Chocolate Bar, or I'm down in Key West hanging with my friends, walking along the beach, I believe in having a good time. I want to share those positive vibes with you right here at Tiki Man Radio. You know, the world's gone crazy. Just turn on the local news. And what you need to do is cut off that negativity and turn on Tiki Man Radio. Put some positive vibes in your soul 24/7, streaming around the world. Tiki Man Radio is your coastal Americana radio station. You know, the only thing stopping you from being happy is you. Come along for the ride.
Sometimes I think about old Saturday's child and all the happy times we were running wild. I was searching for the dolphin in the sea. Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me? I look back, I will remember all the good times. All the warm days in the sunshine. Just a little bit of rain. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. Going where the weather suits my clothes. Banking off the northeast wind, sailing on a summer breeze, skipping the ocean like a stone. Everybody's talking at me, I don't hear a word they're saying, only hear the echoes of my mind. People stop and staring, I don't really see their faces, only see the shadows in their eyes. Going where that sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. Going where the weather suits my clothes. Banging off that northeast wind, sailing on a summer breeze. Just skipping the ocean like a stone. Sometimes I think about Saturday's child and all the happy times we were running wild. Ha! Running wild there.
Jerry Jeff Walker.
You know he's my fave. Love him. Love looking at all those great pictures.
Yes. And I want to give Summer a shout out. That is Alan Jacks Bauer's daughter.
Yes, and he
It's a happy
hello.
Sunday to her.
Yes, and he said hello just a minute ago.
Yes. Yeah. So good morning, Summer, and Alan Jacks Bowers and the family headed to Orlando, I do believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Oh, look how cute.
Yes, nice to have you on the show there, Callie McCool. So school is going to be out soon, right?
Yeah.
School.
I don't know. I know you're counting down the days. When is the last day of school?
We have 13 school days left with the kids.
13 days, 12 hours, and 15 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Julie, when does
I think she said she has 17 and a half.
17 and a half.
That
She's
earlier.
keeping up with it as well. So,
Yes.
Callie, maybe you can tell us. Joe Rich. I love Jerry Jeff Walker. Yeah, Joe sent us some new music as well. Good morning to you. Happy Sunday to you. Let's see here. Brian was saying something about a shooting down in Key West last night.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Not sure. It looks like everybody involved was locals.
Really?
So
Down on Green
currently
Street.
under investigation, but it happened on Green Street.
What the hell's wrong with people?
Well, it was about 5 o'clock this morning, so,
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock?
Yeah, 3, 4 o'clock, somewhere around in there.
Yeah.
Come on, people. What you got to complain about? Just relax.
About a time when everybody should be home in bed.
Yeah, you're down in Key West. It's early in the morning. Bars are still open.
Go home.
Go home.
Go home.
Go home.
Think about it.
What you need to do is watch Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah. Go home, think
Watch
about
you some
it.
Bob Ross, for God's sakes. Chill out.
Yeah, chill out.
Forgot about today being May 4th. Yeah, May the 4th be with you. And B-Man, I got Joe's music. I'll send it over to you. I see him saying that there in the chat.
Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Or if you're not careful, Cinco de uh-oh.
Yeah. As Golden did when he fell out of the chair that time.
That was the best show.
We will
That
never,
was
ever
so
be able
funny.
to top that.
Rare occasion when Cinco de Mayo was on a Wednesday.
It was.
That
We
was-
made the best of it.
And the girls were out of town.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
I was here.
I'm going to fire up
Y'all's
this new
girls-
margarita machine.
Y'all's girls were out of town. I was here. I was like,
I've been saying I've been wanting. I've downloaded the video and I've been going through wanting to cut out sections of it to be able to post on TikTok. Problem is every little one that I come up with violates community standards.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. Yeah.
So I can't do it.
Yeah, that's...
we'll have to check that out, B-Man. He said he just finished watching The Residents on Netflix. So I'll have to check that out.
We're still watching...
We are
Mobland.
watching Mobland, and that
Yeah.
has...
Really?
Oh, my gosh, it's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
What's his Pierce
Brosnan.
Okay.
Brosnan.
He plays the head of a mob family over in Great Britain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the characters from Peaky Blinders,
Yes.
one of the brothers,
Yeah.
the main characters, is also on this one. And what's the woman that you like that plays she played mean as hell woman in this one.
Okay, so that's Golden's woman, Helen Mirren.
Oh.
Yeah. Golden loves her.
Well, she's meaner than hell in this one.
She is. She is she is such a good actress, though. I mean, so, like, we just watched, what was it, 18 whatever, or 19 whatever, 1920 something?
Yeah, I'm over that.
Okay. Absolutely fantastic. She was in that, and she played a great character in that. Well, in this one, she does a total 180.
Yeah.
in her personality, and she is like an evil character. And this she
don't
is
turn your
really
back
good.
on her. She's liable to stab you.
Yeah, yeah, she will.
Or have somebody stab you.
She's a phenomenal actress.
Yeah, she can
that's
play
for
anything.
sure. Yeah.
But it comes out on Sunday, new episode every Sunday, so sometimes we don't get to watch it till Monday, but
yeah,
depending on what's going on around here. Today it's the Texas race. They're down in Texas, so we're going to watch that. It's a beautiful day outside after, just horrible couple days of rain around here. Flooding.
Now
flooding.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
The 7-Eleven became a boat.
Oh, you're telling me.
Oh my gosh, Moni, The Handmaid's Tale. Whew.
Yeah.
Watched all
Is she
that.
in that too?
No, I can't remember. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've watched that, but wow.
I've been watching The Pit.
The Pit.
The Pit. If you remember ER back in the days.
Oh yeah.
Noah Wiley, who was on ER,
yeah.
he has a new show, and
Called
it's called The Pit, and it's basically in an emergency room in Pittsburgh, and it goes through that, and it is very, very. You know how sometimes when you watch a show and you're like, "Oh, that ain't real," that ain't how you do that. This is very. They made sure they got in there and technically make everything, the way it should be. And if you're into those kind of shows, it'll get you and suck you into it.
I was listening to an interview with him about that show, and there's a scene where he directed it himself, and it was so real that his mother, who suffers from
PTSD,
she told him, when she saw him the next time, that she was affected by that, and she never gets affected. Here's a woman. She raised him working in the ER.
Yes.
So. She was used to, working on all these people, and all this stuff, So, but when you're living it, it's different.
Yeah.
And, of course, he's been doing these kinds of things for a long time. And he says, well, I was on another show for 10 years. You never said anything. No, but this was different.
Yes.
And he's like, well, it's still acting, but that's a compliment. To say, it was so real, it affected me, kind of thing.
And a lot of the extras that you see on that show are actually doctors and nurses that work in the ER there. So that is the cool part.
Well, there you go.
My daughter loved Grey's Anatomy. I could not stand that show. Because, here's the reason why. It's because I was living it at the time, and I was like, not a dang one of those doctors do any of those procedures. I was like, we do. No. There ain't none. Nuh-uh.
There used to be a show, I want to say had something to do with Canada. And this was a long time ago, maybe back in the 90s.
Northern Exposure?
Is that where the moose is walking downtown?
Yeah, the moose.
But one of the characters was like he did a radio thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
The Northern Exposure. That was a good show.
Yeah.
I like that. B-Man says, free water for the pool. You can tell him and I have a lot of conversation. That's right. I got a lot of free water for the pool, and the pool looks fantastic. It's all blue and.
Yeah,
the pump's working beautifully. That's always, whenever every spring you got all these things in your head. Once you put everything back together, all the hoses. This time we took it completely apart, took all the sand out of this filter, replaced the sand.
We did.
Then you got to put it all back together, and then you fill up the pool and you just wait for something to leak. You just wait. Where's something cracked or whatever. And there's little things I do in the wintertime to, I make sure everything's drained. There's no water in there. I cover up the intake, make sure water can't get in there and then freeze and crack it or whatever, all these little things. But you never know. It's a long, cold winter. And that didn't have a bit of problems. Pump fired right up. And we went up.
It did. Pump fired right up.
Yeah. Timer's all working great. Everything's perfect.
You were pouring the sand in. You were like, make sure that pole's in the hole.
Yeah. Well, there's
a pole. It has to go in a hole, and that sounds so terrible. But
yeah,
yeah. But
well, if you ever replace sand in a sand filter, there's this. It has these little, I call
finger
them finger things in the bottom of it, which. The water comes down through the middle and goes through the sand, and that's how it filters it or whatever. But if you get sand down in there, it'll put it out into your pool. So, or if you crack one of them or break one of them or whatever, you got to replace the whole thing. So,
yeah,
you can't mess it up. But yes, we got a lot of free water in the pool, for goodness sakes.
It's too much now.
Yeah, I think it's actually been overfilling a little bit.
Yeah.
We got a lot of rain, man.
We did.
But
in a very short period of time, too.
You got to look at the positive side. There is no more pollen.
Nope.
all the pollen's gone.
When we get back from Costa Rica, we can finally do the pressure washing.
Yeah, that'll be the next thing.
And hopefully the ground is saturated enough that we won't have any more wildfires.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any problem with that.
I don't think we'll have a problem with that, no.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of rain.
Let's see, was on years ago. Yeah. Northern exposure. I just remember the moose walking downtown.
yeah.
B-Man said he loved that show.
That was a good show.
Once upon a time, when I took a trip with a friend when I was in the Marine Corps. We took a leave and went out to Idaho.
Idaho?
Yeah, Idaho.
I didn't know Idaho was still there. Is it still there?
It's still there.
That's where all the potatoes are.
This was it, absolutely. And this was on the corner of Ashton, Idaho. Is like right there on the corner of Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. Anyway, this fellow that I was vacationing with, his father, it was a small town of like 900 people. No joke. Ashton, Idaho. His dad owned everything in the town. He owned the bar, which was the Moosehead, by the way. He owned the bowling alley. It was a 3-lane bowling alley. He owned the construction company, the only construction company in town.
He may have been the mob leader. You don't know.
I think so. And he was a pig and potato farmer. And I'm not talking about a small operation. I'm talking massive operation. Anyway, so we were down at the Moosehead pub, and you do walk out, and no joke, just like on that show, here come a moose, and those suckers
are huge.
Just walking down the street, and those suckers are tall.
Ain't nobody gonna mess with them.
They look like a tractor trailer coming down. They're so tall. They're no joke.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
they can be mean too.
Yeah, just leave them suckers alone.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, but yeah.
I knew once I mentioned the moose walking down through town that somebody know exactly which one it was.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
So we left you guys in Panama City, and I'm always curious, because when B-Dog and Lou says, we're going to go do a little exploring, and that could be anything just crazy off the wall, like, well, we drove to California, watched the sunrise, and turned around.
Don't dare Lou, she'll do it. Did y'all do anything interesting? We actually did. We decided we wanted to cruise down 30A and see what was down that way, and we ended up in Surfside, Florida, where the Truman Show was filmed.
Seaside.
Yeah, Seaside. Yeah. So we walked around there, had a good time seeing some of the sights, and got some ice cream, sitting and just enjoyed the day, and then come home, and we finally got home about 1 a.m. Monday morning.
It's amazing. I used to write a lot about that town, because it's set up just like it is in the movie. It's expensive to be down there. We went down there.
Yes, a few years back.
I think during the pandemic, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I'm like, my feet's hurting. I got to go to the beach.
We found an area where they had homes for sale, and a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That's it, just a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Small little cottage-looking home will run you about $2.5 million.
Yeah.
If you want something a little bigger, 4-bedroom, 2-bath with a small guest house, that would run you about $5.6 million.
Yeah.
I've seen houses that have been abandoned for years, falling down. You can see through the walls in Key West for $1.5 million.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
There was one right around from B-Man. In Michelle's house that stood there for a year. They finally tore it down, and they were rebuilding. The last time we were there, they probably got it done now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, That's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's worth going down there and checking it out and seeing it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful little town. You see a lot of people just like in the movie on their bicycles and you know.
In that whole area, like that square where the post office and everything is, that's like there is no cars there. That's like just a little square where you can walk around and they have like a theater in the center of that park. And
I forgot about that theater, like that little amphitheater. Remember? And it had the stairs.
And when we were there, they were doing ballet. They had a ballet thing going on.
Oh, there you go.
So that was kind of interesting, and so we had a good time just walking around. We didn't even get the 2 hours. We was there for about 2 hours, and we didn't even see everything there was to see because you're walking everywhere and you stop when you really take your time. So we're actually planning another trip just to go down specifically to there, just to sightsee.
Well, we stayed outside of Panama City.
On the tail end of Panama City, so the quiet end. So we thought.
Well, it was. Yeah. Well, there's a whole nother story behind that.
That's how we ended up in Seaside.
Yeah.
And we went through another little area that we absolutely loved. There was like a farmer's market going on, and there was a lot of people walking around. We're not even sure exactly where we were. And we want to go back and check that out, too. So you may be able to help me out and be able to figure it out where we was at. I got some pictures.
Probably so. B-Man says, now they want $2.3 million for it, and you got to put $1 million in it to fix it up.
Yeah.
That sounds about right, But, you're traveling down through Florida, you see those little stands, those little fruit stands. You stop in, you never know what you might have. They might have some fried chicken and Bibles for sale. You never know.
Fried chicken and Bibles. Love it. Funny.
Chicken bone, Charlie and Sally, sweet potato, tearing up the house, doing the alligator. Leftover Louie and his husband Dan, two-stepping by the garbage can. Everybody headed straight to the floor when they came to the joint with the sign on the door. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Firecrackers and ice cold beer. Hit it, band rockin' soon as you get near. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Rich folk, poor folks, beggars and thieves. Preacher playing poker with an ace up his sleeve. Old blues mama playing slide with a knife. Somebody looking for some trouble with a lawman's wife. Nothing sure except a real good time when you get to the place with the beat up sign. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Firecrackers and ice cold beer. Hit a band rockin' soon as you get near. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. But get whatever's on your mind. Just jump right up and shake that behind. Just shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Firecrackers and ice cold beer. Hear that band rockin' soon as you get near. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Everybody's welcome, it's a family affair. You ain't been nowhere till you been there. White folks, black folks, every shade in between. Strangers, bunch of creatures you ever seen. Wigs flying off, false teeth popping out, and you can hear everybody shout. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Firecrackers and ice cold beer. Hear that band rockin' soon as you get near. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Firecrackers and ice cold beer. Hear that band rockin' soon as you get near. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. Fried catfish and Bible sold here. That's why.
Jim and Shelley here in Minnesota, where we love spending our weekend mornings in the Comeback Tiki Hut with mimosas and Tiki Man Radio. You betcha!
Got my bag dressed up. I got some tunes for the drive, and I got money enough. I got a roof mapped out, I got a cooler for beer. I got my sunglasses on, yeah, I'm getting out of here. I've been dreaming about it, thinking about it, talking about it for so long now. The day has come, the time is here, and I'm moving on out. Going on a little road trip. Going on a road trip. Might go up to the mountains, might go down to the sea. Destination don't really matter, it's more about the journey. Got my windows rolled down, John Hype singing me a tune. I got a wide open highway and a sky so blue. I've been talking about it, thinking about it, dreaming about it for so long now. Days come, the time is here, and I'm moving on out. Going on a little road trip. Going on a road trip. Some people never ever leave their own town. They ought to get on out, maybe take a look around. Head out on a road trip. Head out on a road trip. When I get back home, you know I can't stay long. Lord knows I got these rambling phones. I've been talking about it, thinking about it, dreaming about it for so long now. Till the day comes, the time is here, and I'll be on my way. Going on a little road trip. Going on a road trip. Going on a road trip. Going on a road trip. Yeah. Going on a little road trip. Yeah, going on a road trip. Going on a road trip. Yeah.
In these crazy times, living at arm's length, an island paradise may be out of reach. Can't clear your mind, hard to find the strength. Close your eyes and find your beach. Find your beach no matter where you are. Up in the mountains or in your own backyard. In your mind you can go down to where the sea breathes. Kick back, take it slow, find your beach. the stars, or listening to Buffett driving in your car, or traveling with the kids with your patience out of reach. Wherever it is, find your beach. Find your beach, no matter where you are. A busy city or working on a farm. In your mind you can go down to where the ghosts preach. Get back, take it slow, find your beach. Relaxing, you might find your troubles sail away on the ocean in your mind every day. Yeah. Find your beach, no matter who you are. 40-hour worker or a famous movie star. In your mind you can go watch the sunset in the sea. Kick back, take it slow, find your beach. Kick back, take it slow, find your beach. Kick back, take it slow, find your beach. I can smell the ocean now. Ah, there it is. Yeah. That's the one.
Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Sundays, it's The Big Show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Streaming live on the Camys Grammy Live Cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios in Harrison Bay. Come over and be part of the show. After The Big Show, it's Tuesday on the Island replay with B-Man and Michelle. Recorded live from Key West. Later that afternoon, it's 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick. You never know where he's going to pop up. On the Road with Rick the Stick, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man, live from Crown Point, Indiana. Tuesday at noon, it's Surfs Up with Callie McCool and the student crew. Tiki Man Radio's internship from Antioch High School in California. The kids are learning how to produce and do their own show. Compliments of Tiki Man Radio. It's the Lunchbox Special with Surfs Up every Tuesday at noon Eastern Island Time. Wednesdays, it's Where the Boots Meet the Beach with Tropical Country with B-Dog and Lou, streaming live on the GTS Live Cam from the Legends Studio in Ottawa, Tennessee from 7 to 9 p.m. Friday, starting at 7 p.m., it's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West, live every Friday, having some fun with their friends and sharing great music. Saturdays, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings starting at midnight and going to noon. This is where we open up the massive archives of the radio station and take you back to that old shaggin' music. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you tune into all these great shows and keep listening to Tiki Man Radio and have some fun.
That's right. Have some fun. That's what it's all about for sure. And we played that new tune by Joe Rich there, Find Your Beach. So I hope he's still out there listening. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll get that over to everybody else as well, so you guys will have that.
Cool beans.
Play on the shows. Let's see here. We do have a Tuesday on the Island replay coming up immediately following the show.
Awesome.
So we got that, and that'll be coming up just as soon as we finish the show. And then we got Get on 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick, the one-eyed bandit himself, this afternoon at 5 o'clock. And then tomorrow you got Get on a Peace Train with Ed the Train Man. And then we roll back into Wednesday with Tropical Country.
That's right.
You guys got anything special coming up this week?
Well, this week, everybody's out there releasing new music. Tis the season for new music.
It really is. I mean, we're getting a lot of new music.
So we got a lot of new music to debut.
Yes, and let's see here. Another one next week is 2. Yes, don't forget about Coastal Confessions on Friday. Yeah,
that's right.
And then Jukebox Saturday, and we start all over again. We got one more show before, and back to your point, I'm getting a ton of new music sent in. So there's a lot of music out there. Hope you enjoyed that Joe Rich one. And I've got a new. I've had to refresh the new song list in the station there. So I did that before we went to Panama City, being proactive.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lost the station about 3:00 this morning, that's because the power went out. We only have so much time, about an hour. We got backup batteries for about an hour, but apparently they had something else they had to connect, and they had to kill the power.
And there's nothing we can do about it when it goes out.
It goes down, it goes down.
We may be the only people in the county that affects.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably, it seemed to me, I looked at the outage, and it looked like it was just right here in Harrison.
Yeah.
So, naturally.
It
was right over the radio station.
Naturally.
Yeah. Let's see here. Now, we do have another show next week before we head off to Costa Rica. We'll try to get Joe to send us, he's got another one out there about packing trips and stuff. We might want to revisit that one, or if he wants to send us something about Costa Rica. Maybe if Joe is out there, he can send us one about Costa Rica and what to expect as far as when we get there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
As far as who's going to pick us up at the airport, how far it is, all that kind of stuff. That'd be kind of neat to have for next week.
And thank you to Joe, because he always arranges all that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does a great job. 8 days until we check in at Costa Rica.
And we're going to be sitting back waiting for the pictures to start coming in. So,
oh my God!
So we can live vicariously.
It's going to be awesome. I've always wanted to go there, and I'm just so thankful that we get to go. How blessed! That's really cool.
Our producer Monica is leaving us, so it means we're going to run amok here for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and Verona, her sister, is leaving us. She's going to get her snow tires taken off.
Snow tires?
Well, yeah, you got to take them off. You
got to get these snow tires off.
They got to get their snow tires off, and put on the other tires.
They get enough snow, they can't get by on an all-weather radio.
Apparently not. I'm kind of glad I don't have that in my life. Well, I got to go schedule to get my snow tires off.
Yeah.
I guess they come in handy.
They do come in handy.
You live up there where it's going to snow all the damn time.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Let's see here. I'm hoping Joe sends
that info sooner than later so I can discuss with Lisa.
Well, there you go. Well, I'll see if I can't reach out to Joe. Usually he's on here, but I think he's coming back from a cruise. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
We talked about Malta. Yeah, there was something else. Oh, so, everybody knows the Pope passed away.
Yeah. Yes.
And so I'm looking at the screen, and they have all the, I guess they call them cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Catholic,
They're
so I
cardinals.
I try to keep up with what's going on in the world. But so they're on the screen. And now, if you've never seen that movie Conclave,
you got to see Conclave. It's awesome.
I got to tell you, like millions and millions of people since the Pope passed away have watched Conclave. But it's a new movie out.
It is.
Have they convened yet?
They have.
No, they just got the pipe up yesterday, the stove pipe.
Yeah, okay. I think they're doing that this week.
So, but I'm looking at the screen of all the cardinals that are in the hunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of them is from Malta.
That's cool.
You see, I would have never paid any attention
really
to that
cool.
if it hadn't been for that. But, yeah.
I think one of them's from Canada, too. One
Maybe.
of them that will be voting in the conclave is from Canada. I heard that on, I think, NPR the other day.
Well, you watch all these movies about it. And
yeah.
You get this impression that it's like a, it's a dog-eat kind of world or whatever to be chosen as Pope. But it's a tradition,
It is.
And, when they see the white smoke, and then we got a new Pope.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're going to convene this week. If anybody out there that is Catholic and knows what's going on, maybe you can inform us of that. But I know the fire department had to put up the pipe yesterday, the stove pipe.
Yeah, we've been following it.
Well, the ambassador says I'm Catholic, so I guess she will keep us up to date.
Yes, okay. And so is Pat. And
cool.
Okay, well, yeah, you guys can keep us up on what's going on with the Pope. But the Pope was considered the people's Pope
I liked Pope Francis.
It was a
May
cool,
7th.
He was a cool guy, man.
He was a cool guy.
When he first came out with his Instagram account, I was like, now there you go. There's a guy
who knows what's happening.
Yeah,
I like Pope Francis.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of cool. As far as popes go, he was pretty cool.
I thought so too.
So, but yeah, I saw him putting up the fire department's up there putting the pipe into the ceiling, and it goes all the way down, into where they do the conclave, and I'm thinking, I didn't realize they took it out.
I didn't either.
I just thought they always left it.
I thought that was just a stovepipe for the fireplace.
Maybe it's bad luck to keep the pipe, the stovepipe in there. We'll leave it up for a day or two just to see if you make it.
B-Man says you want a good movie to watch. Watch The Two Popes. That's a great movie.
The Two Popes.
Oh, I think I saw something about that.
I don't remember The Two Popes. But
I can't remember who starred in that. But anyway.
Well, what's the guy that plays in Conclave that has that travel thing that he...
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley Tucci. Yeah.
He's
a good actor. I like him.
Oh, and, Ralph Fiennes.
Oh, yeah.
Ralph Fiennes played Voldemort, in Harry Potter. And of course, Ralph Fiennes is a very famous actor. He's an actor, and he's played on everything from here to,
Oh, Anthony Hopkins plays in that movie he's talking about.
Years ago.
Seems like
that's right, B-Man. That's right.
Did we watch that? Because I'm a big Anthony Hopkins fan.
I am too, and I don't think we did see that. I think we wanted to watch that bit. Yeah.
Well, 'tis the season to watch all the Pope movies, I guess, and that's what Netflix is.
He says it's about the events of the Benedict and Francis.
Oh, okay. The Tale of Two Popes.
The Tale of Two Popes?
Yeah. I was telling Hippie Chick about a story. We were going up to the funeral home the other night, and I was like, I'll tell you a story where I know everything's going to be okay. All right? So I'm at Lowe's. I had to go in there. I was working on, a computer, and I had to get a soldering iron.
Yeah.
To solder this wire back in. I had the computer all tore apart, and I had a wire that came off of the fan, and it had come loose. And I just knew what was going to, this is the time of year I start thinking about the Key West Airport. And them throwing things around and all this stuff, and I just know if I don't solder that wire back, I'm going to be down there, and then I'm looking for a little bitty screwdriver to take it apart to fix it again. So I'm going to go ahead and fix it now. So I go into Lowe's, and I get my soldering iron, and I'm coming out, and so I'm just carrying a bag. There is a Hispanic lady standing by her car. She's got what appears to be the heaviest box that they sell in Lowe's. I don't know what was in it. I think I even commented, what do you got in here, a body? Because it was heavy. So there was a guy behind me. So she's standing there, and I'm coming out, and the gentleman behind me was African American, and he was behind me. And at the same time, he and I said, "Do you need help?" And I didn't even recognize, who that was behind me or whatever. She said, "See." So we went over there, and he and I picked up the box. We put it in her car, and she said, "Gracias," and we went on our way. So I'm thinking, well, now there you go. You've got all the things that have to lead up to that moment in time, right? You've got a Hispanic lady. You got an African American and a white dude at Lowe's, and they're all helping each other.
That's right.
So there is still hope out there to look on the bright side of things for things to happen. So you just got to pay attention to it.
That's right.
You can focus on the negatives all the time, or you can try to focus on the positive things. And if you see somebody out there in need, then you should always try to help them.
Absolutely.
Right on?
Right on. Absolutely.
I heard about that. I should watch it. Conclave, yes. Awesome. I'm telling you, fantastic movie. It starts out the minute the Pope passes away.
Yeah.
I'll give you one thing that I thought was a little weird.
What was weird?
To begin the movie, I mean, it's like they almost just ripped the ring off of his finger.
Oh, yeah. I was like, come on now. He's not even in the,
He's been dead for an hour or two. He's a little crusty.
But I was like, it's too soon. You don't take the ring off. It's too soon.
And then they do something with the ring. I don't know all the rituals and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
there's some ritual with the ring, so nobody else can use that seal or something. I don't know. But it was very fascinating. It was really cool to watch.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else have we got? I apologize, B-Dog. You said what coming up on your show this week?
We just got a bunch of new music.
No, new music.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what we're talking about. New music. So the question is, will we go back to Panama City? Right? I said that we would not go back. This would be our last year of going to Panama City. I did say that.
Yes, you did.
And I got to tell you, every year, right up till the last minute, they're telling me, I'm getting ready to go up on stage, or do whatever, make an announcement, and they're like, this is it. We're never doing this again. This has been the worst year ever. And towards the end of it, they're like, man, this is great, isn't it?
Yeah, and I thought
Every
it was
year.
great. I thought it was great this year. There was no drama.
And they got
Jeff
an award.
took care of us. Freeman took care of us. It was all good.
Well,
no drama.
We're two people.
Those are the only two people.
We only have two people that really makes all that work for us.
That's Jeff and Freeman.
Jeff Freeman and or Jeff Brewer and Freeman Medley. Those two, if something happens to those two, I'm out. I'm done. Okay, because there's no way we could have carried that big tent down to the beach.
Yeah.
No.
We just wouldn't have. We would have never had that big tent because I wouldn't have been carrying it that far.
Right.
So. But if they have it, if they invite us back, yes, we will go back to Panama City next year. Okay. If we got a sponsor, all that stuff. There's a lot of ifs. Okay. I mean, I had such a good time. I enjoyed it. After years of just fighting and scratching to, like, hey, we're your radio station. We're here. We donate our time for charity. And apparently they raised a lot of money for the Ark.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
A lot can happen in a year. A lot can happen in the next 10 minutes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
To say the least. But we are looking forward to Costa Rica in 2 weeks. Well, it's not even 2 weeks, really. Was it?
A week and 2 days.
Week and 2 days.
8 days. Yeah.
And we'll go down there. Now, as far as that goes, I don't know. Maybe we can go to Malta.
That's what I'm screaming. Let's go to Malta.
We haven't done the cruise ship thing yet. And we.
Yeah, and you need to experience a cruise ship.
Well, now that I know a cruise ship goes to Malta.
But let me just say, if we do experience a cruise ship, make sure you go on a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ticket to all of it. Do not go. No offense to people who go on Carnival cruise, but. There's so many children and so loud and so many teenagers and young adults that go on something that you would enjoy that's more of an adult geared,
Yeah.
cruise, which like Joe talks about the Norwegian, and it is absolutely beautiful.
One of the, and yes, Michelle Myers made a good point there that the Ark people busted their butts down there.
Yes, they did.
They definitely are out there. I mean, everybody from Sharkies coming around. Hey, do you need ice? You need, let me get your garbage out of the way. I mean, everybody did a fantastic job.
But they brought us ice for our cooler. I mean, come on, that's incredible.
So I mean, they just took good care of us, and we had a great time. But the Ark volunteers, and that's what we wanted. We've worked with people down there before, and that's one of the problems that B-Man and myself have struggled with the showcase. We've had charities that we've had in the past that just didn't participate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they just showed up to get the money.
B-Man and Michelle are having to stuff the bags, and we're having to do. We got our volunteers are having to do the raffles and all this stuff. We're out of that business. We love raising money for the military.
Yep.
And it's worked out beautifully. We have food. They get to keep the money. We get to present them a check. All that good stuff. It's just a beautiful thing. But to have somebody like the ARC that is there, and they are everywhere. They're visible. They're all wearing the same shirts. They're all doing this, that, whatever, and it was great.
They were working their tail off.
So
good organization.
Let's see here. If I can. All right. What is it?
Donna says you have to go another year so her and Bob can go to Panama City. And then she said, I'm not going to live forever,
Yeah. I wonder where she learned that from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it's the only event that we get to go to.
That's right.
So
I know.
we cut that out. We didn't get to go anywhere.
I think it was Tim Myers who said,
it would be a shame.
It'd be a shame since you bought this big tent not to come back.
That's right.
And it was his first year, right?
Yes, it was.
It was his first year. He popped in for a minute.
I was going to say, I was thinking about that.
For a minute, but
he helped us set up last year, I think. And then he went on down to his daughters or whatever. So So, yes. But, Donna, you got to come. You got to be there.
That's what she said. She said, you got to go again.
All these years, Uncle Alex never been there.
I know, but he had a very important job this year.
He's dog sitting.
Mark has been there twice. Our buddy Mark's been there twice.
He had a very, very important job this year.
I forgot to mention Verona Corona and the thank you of all the people that have helped out in the past. I knew I'd forget somebody. She did help us one year down there.
Yes, she has.
She's been down there, so maybe a couple years.
And I told you wrong when we was asking how many times we'd been down there. We started adding that. This year was our 5th year.
5th year.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was like, wow, how time flies.
Really?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, this was our 5th year.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well, I know it's not been 15.
No, it's 5. This was our 5th.
All right. Well, it's time for us to get on out of here and let you get on with your day. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like button before you go if you haven't already done so. We have Tuesday on the Island replay coming up next, immediately following the show with B-Man and Michelle, recorded live down in Key West. We've got 5 o'clock somewhere on the road with Rick the Stick, the one-eyed bandit himself, coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And we are going to be getting ready for Costa Rica. Next week, it'll all be about Costa Rica. So we'll see you on the radio next Sunday. Have a great day, everybody.
See ya.
So long, my friends, farewell, goodbye. I'd love to stay and play and sing for a while, but it's time to hit the road. Say goodbye, so long, farewell, bye-bye. Andy!
Goodbye to my friends, I'm glad you were here. It's time for us to go and get another beer. I like to see your smiling faces again, so goodbye, my friends, bye-bye.
Thank you for the open invitation. Your kind of laws and adulation. But look at the time, oh Lord, we gotta fly. So long, farewell, baby, bye-bye.
All right, kid.
Hey there now, friends, it's time to go. But we'll return and do another show.
That's right.
When we come back, drop in and say hi. So long, farewell, bye-bye.
So long, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being a part of Tiki Man Radio. Tuesday on the Island replay coming up next, only on Tiki Man Radio. Have a great day.